Good afternoon and welcome to tonight's edition of Break Even Sports. I am your host, Virgil the producer, and I am joined by two of our guests. The third one does not understand the concept of time. I guess it doesn't apply to him. Patrick and Donnie, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Doing well.
So, as always, for people who do not know what this show is, this is kind of our supplemental show to the DAC sports shows when we talk about the stuff that we don't usually talk about on the main one. So, we got soccer to talk about, we got FCS football to talk about. I know Formula One, it's Formula One off season.
Yeah, it's finished.
So, that's finished. So, we'll probably be talking some more hockey and some, other stuff that catches our interest that we probably like to talk about. But
we may get into a little NBA. I don't know if we want to do NBA. None of us really follow it that much, but we'll see.
College basketball is probably another one I'd like to get more into, but I feel like I need profit for that because usually I'm a college fan.
I think the college basketball is probably good for the Tuesday, Thursday show. And I'm not saying NBA is not, but I know he doesn't watch it. None of us really watch NBA. Ed and I talked about this morning. It's kind of like, it's not really our thing. I want to follow the Hornets, but it's tough. It's a tough follow. So we'll see.
Well, I follow the Warriors, but that's not. I don't watch all the NBA.
Of course you do.
So,
I mean, I follow the Thunder, so like I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I feel.
And remember,
it must be nice to follow champions, huh?
Hey, listen, I've the years after like Westbrook and Harden left. I mean, some of those years were definitely kind of rebuilding years, and struggle was there. But I'm glad they made it.
I get it. If I would have stayed away from the Hornets, like when the Hornets moved to New Orleans, I was kind of done with them because I was kind of done with the NBA for the whole George Shinn mess is what it was. It really was a mess of ownership. And then they gave them another team, and it was a stupid thing. And it's just they've tried to recover, and they haven't. So I don't know. I try, but I should have jumped over to Thunder back when they had the original big three come in there before they broke up. That's when I should have jumped over to the Thunder because I kind of liked the Thunder thing. In fact, I even have the name of my fantasy team in my other league, Thunder, kind of because of that. I was like, it was never on my radar as a name. And whenever I started that in early 2006, I guess, 7, I went with Carolina Thunder as my fantasy team name.
Very nice.
So anyway,
hey Alfredo.
What's up, Alfredo?
So let's talk about soccer for a minute. But before that, I would like to do some venting real quick.
Okay.
I did not have a good weekend. just in sports in general. Kaiserslautern had a 0-0 draw against the bottom half of the Bundesliga 2, so lost points there. None of my college picks happened. Army lost. Prairie View A&M got screwed, got robbed, and we will talk about that one later.
Yeah, they did.
And Boise State embarrassed me. This morning, before I leave to work, my car battery died.
Oh, no.
So luckily I had to work from home, but, I had to spend a lot on that. And after saying all of that, I still had a better weekend than what Celtic had in the League Cup against St. Mirren. Because, Lord, when I saw the score being 1-0 at the beginning, I'm thinking, okay, Celtic's going to come back in this. But St. Mirren wins their 6th title in their history.
Right.
Their, I think, 100-plus year history. Beat Celtic. And, Patrick, what's the shortest tenure of a Celtic coach you can think of?
Man.
While he's thinking, just a couple of shout outs. Unirule, good to see you. Who we got a couple other people in here while you're thinking. Good to see Terry in here. Phil, we'll get to Tannehill at some point. We'll circle back to that on there. So
Virgil, you have an answer, don't you?
No, I don't have an answer because I was going to say it's going to be this current coach.
Well, you're thinking it could be Wilfred Nancy?
Yeah.
Ooh, well.
Hi, Unirule.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Hi, Unirule. Hi, everybody. Big shout out to the chat. Terry Everybody's 6'7", whatever you need to do. But hope everyone's doing well. Not a good start for Wilfred Nancy. That's 3 straight losses as Celtic manager, which no Celtic supporter in the last 10 to 12 years has ever probably experienced anything like this. It's certainly not in major games. I mean,
No.
it's bad enough that you normally, the only rival that you normally have at the top of the table was Rangers, particularly when Steven Gerrard was in charge, and to a greater extent when Walter Smith was in charge, when Rangers went on that magical run of winning 6 titles in 7 years or something like that. But Wilfred Nancy he's inherited. I don't think it can really be put on him. He's been there like a week and a half. So what can you possibly change?
It won't be put on him. I mean, it shouldn't be put on him, but it will be put on him.
It will be put on him, right, wrong, or indifferent. But to lose the Scottish Cup final, I mean, congratulations to St. Mirren, first of all. So happy for their coach and so happy for their supporters. I think it's fantastic for them. Like you said, the 6th title in their history. And it's just fantastic, I think, for Scottish football to see other teams rising to the top. Isn't it Hearts, I think, that are at the top of the table right now?
Yes, Hearts are 6 point.
So I'm really happy for Hearts. I'm really happy for their supporters. It's just nice for other Scottish football teams to experience life at the top of the table for a team that, with all due respect to the Old Firm, that's not Celtic and that's not Rangers. The Russell Martin experiment was an abject failure at Rangers, and the new guy is not doing much better. And Brendan Rodgers finally had enough of Celtic, and they had enough of him. And I think they need to give Wilfred Nancy time. I think he has a certain way he likes to play football. He's going to have to probably change a little bit, which is not something he likes to do. But this is a different level of football that he's playing. I mean, it's not MLS. I mean, it's Scottish League is not like the world's greatest, but it's a different type of football than you're used to in MLS. Different level of supporter. Certainly the demand levels are different. So he didn't see that in Montreal as much as they love football. He didn't see that in Columbus, even though Columbus have great supporters. It's just the level of religion that it is in Glasgow is a much different kettle of fish than what he's ever been used to as a manager or head coach. So,
and he expected it to be tough to start with. So,
well, yeah, I mean, but the part that's made it more difficult for him is the great job that Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney did in temporary charge. I think they won 8 of 9. So Martin O'Neill, who's already a Celtic legend, for him to come in and do that with no preparation.
You mean Celtic?
Shows you, yeah, we're talking about Celtic.
He's a mess with you. Keep going.
Anyways, Martin O'Neill did a fantastic job, and I think it's just going to take Wilfred Nancy time to put his imprint on the side.
Okay.
I mean, the first 3 games that he had were not really, I would say, easy games, because you have league leader Hearts, and they lost that 2-1. They lost to Roma at Europa League, and Roma's not going to be a pushover. This is probably the first loss where it's like, okay, you probably should have won this game if we're going off of historical Celtic.
I agree with that. It's tough. And also just, it's tough to come in the middle of a cup final. I mean, to come in and to be a new manager in a cup final, I don't care who you're facing. That's going to be difficult when you're trying to get your ideas across to players. There is the such thing as a new manager bump, but a lot of times that's in league play. That to me doesn't happen in a cup final.
No,
because the other team is up for it. So,
no.
But again, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that congratulations to St. Mirren. That's fantastic for them.
Yep. So Hearts is still currently hanging on at first. And to give you an idea of how big something like this is, and there's still time to play, so who knows? It could bounce back. Do you guys want to guess the last time there was a Scottish Premiership champion that was not Rangers or Celtic?
I have no idea.
I'm going to say the 80s.
The 80s, I'll give you that.
Wow.
I was not even born yet.
83?
84.
Ooh, okay.
When Aberdeen.
I was a freshman in high school.
I was.
That was Sir Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen, wasn't it?
Exactly.
I wanted to make you feel a little bad, Donnie.
So, yeah, Aberdeen was the last non-Celtic, non-Raiders team to win the Scottish Premier League. So,
actually, if that was in the fall, I would have been starting my sophomore year. Sorry.
Make it worse. You're trying to make it worse.
So if Hearts hangs on, then that's a monumental, really a monumental trophy for them. I will be curious. One of the things with leagues, before we get into Premier Leagues, that kind of people complain about is it's always the same champions. Do you feel like parity in a league actually, do you think parity like for champions actually helps a league, or do you think there's actually not a difference?
I mean, for me, any league that has more parity, the better. Because I think people just get tired of the league if the same people keep winning all the time. I mean, ask Phil. You're in the SEC. Do you get tired of not being at the top of the SEC, Phil, as a Gamecock fan? I mean, it's the same old teams, and that's the same old teams they talk about. And I'm not trying to pick on Phil, because it's the same way in a lot of conferences and leagues and football, American football, baseball. We get tired of the Yankees and Dodgers. I mean, it is what it is. You get tired of the same old.
Of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Excuse me. Why'd you throw in the Yankees in there?
Because
Dodgers kind of made sense, but like Yankees.
Well, the Yankees.
You want to hate on the Yankees. You want to hate.
You want to hate on them. I mean, granted, they haven't done well in my lifetime, and I get crap for the fact that they did for so many years before I was a fan. But they had a good run there in the early the early 2000s, late 90s. But anyway, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter what the league is. Parity to me is much better. And I know I get crap for it. I like the ACC because I think the ACC has more parity across the board.
Yeah, no, I can SEC.
Well, see, that's the knock on Gamecock fans. They can cheer for the conference because it's hard to cheer for their own team.
Wow.
Okay, I'll stop now. I just got to mess with Phil.
No, you have to.
No.
I do.
But I agree with you. I think parity is good for the sport. But also at the same time, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, is this being recorded? I hope it's not. But at the same time, you need a villain.
Yeah.
Every sport needs a villain. You know what I mean? And you need that one team that's always winning. So, like, for example, in the Premier League, who's the main villain in the Premier League recently in the last couple of years? Go ahead. You can say it.
It depends who you ask, really.
Yeah, I was going to say define villain too, because
I agree.
Because it depends on what you mean.
Well, as an outsider who's just now getting into this, I always heard that everybody just hated Manchester United. They were the Yankees of the Premier.
Man United, Man City.
Yeah. So,
and I disagree with Man City.
Dude, when I started following, pardon my coughing. When I started following the Premier League, they told me, Ed, you can pick any team as long as it's not Man City.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on when you came into the league as well. I mean, I get that to a degree, but among like top 6 supporters, friends that I have, City's the one that's least hated. I mean, and I'm talking about outside of Chelsea circles. Generally, amongst each other, it's Chelsea, it's Arsenal, it's Liverpool, it's Manchester United.
Yeah,
Man City, because they lost for so long, still kind of have that history behind them, and they were not the first oil club, if you want to call them that. That was Chelsea. So everyone hated the way Chelsea did it. So Chelsea gets a lot of hate. Man City felt kind of came under the radar, and they just kind of quietly started building a dynasty. And a lot of people loved the way Pep played football, and I feel like they kind of got a pass on that. But
I like Pep Guardiola. I'm a fan of
yeah,
him.
well, yeah, I mean, it depends on the week with me sometimes with what he does, but I think he's a genius in terms of what he can do in football,
Yeah.
his tactics and everything else. But Virgil, if you don't mind me saying something about the favorite thing, I do think it does make a difference, especially when you think of the Bundesliga and you think of Ligue 1 with the dominance of Bayern Munich for so many years. It was healthy when Borussia Dortmund uh, has won the league a couple of times. PSG with their dominance, I think it was good when Lille broke that up. When Marseille did it several years ago. Did Monaco win it as well, or did I?
Yeah, Monaco has one in
Monaco did. Yeah, so
2016.
there was Monaco, there was Lille, there was Bordeaux, there was Marseille, but there were long stretches of dominance in those two leagues with PSG and with Bayern. And a lot of times people would stop paying attention because they just saw those leagues as a cakewalk for both Bayern and for PSG respectively. I think one reason that England has had a sustained dominance in terms of interest is because while there is like a group of 6 that have dominated the league in the Premier League era, they're at least different teams, and it's not necessarily always the same team winning every year. There's a Liverpool, there's a Man City, there's a Chelsea, there's Arsenal that's currently at the top of the table right now, even though Arsenal hasn't won it in years. There was a Leicester that won. So, yeah, I think I think it gets boring when the same team wins all the time, and it's good when you get some fresh blood in there, and it certainly is good for the casual fan, for the casual supporter that wants to come in and watch, because it adds a level of intrigue.
So first off, you listed all those French champions, and I did not hear Montpellier.
Just good call.
But going back to the Premier League about which team's the villain, it kind of goes with what time did you start watching Premier League?
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, the big bad was Chelsea, with Ancelotti as the coach and Abramovich running ship at the time. They were the Mourinho joins later in that time too, but yeah, they were like the bad team. They were the team that everyone wanted to beat. Liverpool was already kind of down. I won't say mid-table yet, but they were not. They were in a downswing. Man City was just coming up.
Was that the Tom Hicks, George Gillette era of Liverpool?
Yeah, I mean, but like Man City, I remember where I was when they won the title with Aguero getting the goal against QPR and how exciting that was. And now look what exactly for somebody who just joined, like watch Premier League recently. Yeah, it's going to be weird that Man City at one time was cheered. I remember people being ecstatic they knocked Manchester United out after winning that. So yeah, I mean, whenever you guys join, it's going to be a different villain. Now, some leagues are kind of the same. Like I think, Bundesliga is a good example with Munich. They have had historical, I mean, have they won every year? No. But I mean, they've had a sustained success to where you can say they're the big team. Because even PSG recently, yes, they've won a lot, but they've also had a drought.
Mm-hmm.
Bayern, I can't really say has had that.
No.
Real.
Yeah. And then the German coaches that are so famous are the ones that ironically didn't coach Bayern. So like Jurgen Klopp, when he was Dortmund manager, winning the title, Thomas Tuchel, at both of whom were at Dortmund. That's how they made their name, was kind of beating the big bad giant in terms of Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't I'm blanking on his name.
Y'all don't be picking on my Bayern Munich now.
Lowe was from Stuttgart.
You what?
Lowe.
Joachim Low?
Joachim Low. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I remember him from the German national team. I wasn't aware that he was at Stuttgart, but he very well could have been. I didn't follow him prior to.
Yeah, he jumped around. He jumped around for a bit. He actually he was in Austria for a while too.
Yeah. And by the way, I said Joachim Löw. I meant to say Joachim Löw, I think is
Löw.
how he pronounces it technically.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how he pronounced it. It's been a while since I've said that name. But let's go over Premier League scores real quick.
We have to.
Oh, yeah, we have to. We have to. And we'll gloss over some of the games, but there's one game I do want to talk about for sure because I do not understand the score line. And not the score line itself, but how the goals were scored. So if you can't figure out which game I'm talking about yet, you'll see soon. All right. So as for scores themselves, and of course my system decides to freeze during this. That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Always happens. Dear, I know professional outfit we're running here.
Yeah. Do you need me to pull it up?
No,
Are you going with Saturday? I can run down Saturday for you.
No, I've got match day listings, so
Okay.
It's both days. So Chelsea beat Everton 2-0. Patrick, any sort of thoughts on that game?
I was really pleased. It was
I think you said it's about time.
well, yeah. I mean, well, in the Premier League how it goes, and really in football how it goes. You go on a 3-game losing streak, the season's basically over because the world's falling down, everything's crashing in. You go from your manager's the best in the world to the manager should be sacked immediately. But at Chelsea, even in good times, there's drama. I mean, right now, Maresca said that during that losing streak, he had his worst 48 hours at the club, and then the reporters start talking, and they're like, "Well, who is he talking about?" And then he would not elaborate on it today. He basically said, "I said what I said." So now there's rumors of a rift between him and the board, and now there's talk: will he be back next season? At Chelsea, it just never. I think Chelsea is one of the exceptions to the rule. There's never stability. But to the game, Everton's been on a really good run, so I was concerned coming into the game, but a good result. I was I never felt like we
pleased
were.
with the results.
I was pleased with the results that happened in Southwest London on Saturday morning, or Saturday. I guess for them, Saturday,
One of those days.
late afternoon. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just call it our American Eastern time.
yeah, but it was but it was good. Should have had more goals, but I'll take the 2-0 and nice to see a clean sheet again after nice not to see Tosin starting. Please. Does anyone want him with it's anyways, so to hold Everton down without scoring, I was very pleased with that. Good to get back on the winning side of things.
Moving on, Liverpool beat Brighton 2-0, so they're back to their winning ways. Fulham goes to Turf Moor and beats Burnley 3-2. A little nervous about this game for me, but I'm glad they were able to pull it out. Also, as a United States men's national team fan, glad to see Robinson back after his injury. The weirdest scoreline, in my opinion, Arsenal beat Wolves 2-1. But what makes it weird is not the fact that the scoreline is the fact that Wolves scored all 3 goals.
I just saw what you're talking about. Yeah.
Come again.
Yep.
Wolves scored
Arsenal.
all 3. Yeah. It was
Arsenal
2-1.
rescued by 2 own goals in dramatic win.
Yeah, Wolves scored all 3 goals in the game between Arsenal at Wolves in the Emirates and still lost.
Yeah.
If you're a Wolves fan today or this week,
Why?
That's their season in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I said to one of my friends that my friend that's an Arsenal supporter, I said that was very harsh on Wolves, and he said, "No, it wasn't." He said because Arsenal dominated the game. I'm like, "No, you were just the beneficiary. I don't care if you dominated the game. You were a beneficiary of 2 own goals, particularly one in what was it, the 95th minute,
Yep.
or something along those lines."
Yep.
So,
you take those own goals away.
well, yeah, and you can talk about how you dominated the game. It doesn't mean anything if you don't score goals. I can think of 1,000 times Chelsea's dominated a certain game, but if you can't put the ball in the net, it doesn't matter.
Agreed.
So So I respectfully disagree with him on that, and I feel like it was harsh on Wolves because I thought Wolves were excellent for what they do. There's two different standards when you're talking about Arsenal and Wolves, right? You hold them to different standards, but I thought Wolves defended resolutely. I thought that it was just bad luck, and I think Arsenal was very, very lucky to get away with all 3 points.
Yeah, just to go over some of the stats for that, Arsenal had 17 shots to Wolves 3, 5 on target versus 2, 70% possession. The thing that I don't completely agree that Wolves played a tight game because they did get 4 yellow cards in that game.
Yikes.
4-0, 15 fouls. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, with a game like that, that's going to happen. Ultimately, yeah, I thought Arsenal got lucky. I thought Wolves at least deserved a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mean that the Wolves deserved to win the game, but just to kind of put their bodies on the line and make it difficult for Arsenal. I mean, that's what they set out to do from the start. And
Yikes, man. That's a rough loss, though, man.
yeah, it almost worked.
That's oof. You're a Wolves fan. You're like, man, this thing is some BS.
Rob Edwards is still looking to see if he can return to sender and go back to Middlesbrough.
But there's but let's talk about these next games. And I hope Mr. McCutcheon and Zombies will be talking about one certain game. First off, though, Donnie.
I don't know what we were doing. I don't know. I told you guys, it's like, what's going on here? Like,
do you know what your result at Selhurst Park and my Saturday was? We both finished 0-3 on pick. I mean, I finished 0-3 on college picks, so.
I mean, we just didn't do. It's like the guys were just uninspired or something. I don't know what it was. It was just like blah. And I didn't get to watch a lot of the game. I tried to watch some of it, but I didn't really get to watch much of any of that.
You're probably better off by not watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the score. I was keeping up with the score. I didn't really get to, like I said, I didn't get to put it up on the TV and watch some of that. But I tried to catch a little bit of it. I think I caught some of the second half, actually, more so. But at that point, it was just kind of like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
that's Polly.
Hey, Polly.
What up, Polly?
That's just a hard loss to a better team. That's all I can say about it.
And I think Crystal Palace just ran into Erling Haaland in good form. I mean, I know Phil Foden scored too, but when Erling Haaland is in the mood, there's no team in the Premier League that can stop him. I mean, he's just that good. Yeah, he's just that good.
Yeah,
he's a different class when he's in the mood to play. I mean, even a bad game for him is good, but Man City is quietly kind of going under the radar, and they've kind of hit good form in recent times. They're a little inconsistent, but overall, good form. They're right there in the conversation at the top of the table.
And I mean, again, I've said this a few weeks ago, and they're not the only one in this, but I mean, Palace has been playing a lot of games, and almost 3 a week. It seems like the way the dates have rotated a few times, and it is what it is. It is.
We talked about
eventually.
It, right?
Eventually, you just have a game where you're just like.
I think Crystal Palace have been brilliant. I mean, to have the kind of extra games that they've had, and to be fifth in the table, to be able to sustain what they've done.
It's like, I mean, I know mentally you go out there to compete, you go out there to win, but there's also a time where you're like, you know what, these guys, they got a better record than us. They're probably right now they're playing better than us. Let's just go out there and just make a show and move on to the next game. It's kind of what what it felt like watching some of that. It was just like, let's just get this one over with and out of the way and take the loss.
Can we just get it over with?
Yeah. Can we just like move on to next week, take a break, like treat it like a practice almost.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like we've said before, to compete with the big clubs like that, Crystal Palace has to be able to do that, despite not having the type of squad that Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, and everyone have. They don't have the depth But so that's even more why it's even more impressive that they've been able to sustain a level in the Premier League that would be very easy to lose.
Well,
Like
the
what
thing is,
like what Nottingham Forest was doing. I mean, Nottingham Forest is in the same boat with you guys, and until recently, I mean, they had a disastrous start to the season, but Crystal Palace has been Oliver Glasner's kind of kept that standard the same, despite a couple of bumps in the road like this one.
right. I mean, if you're going to do this, do it against a team that's ahead of you. Don't lose the games you shouldn't lose.
Right.
Just lose one that you're expected to lose and move on.
Speaking of Nottingham, how did they do this week? Anybody know?
Not good.
Mm.
Not good. It wasn't a good. No, it wasn't good.
Someone ran into a Ginger Mourinho.
Jesus. Oh, fucking hell. What a. I'm looking. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and do other things. That's what I decided when I was watching that match. I'm like, I'm going to go do other things.
Ed, are you familiar with the content creator named Expressions?
No.
I'm going to send you a video. He is, if you're a Tottenham supporter,
Yeah.
he is, and he's one of the best football content creators out there. He is the emotion that he shows. I think you'd really enjoy him. So I'm going to send you a link.
Send me that. Yeah.
Because even when they lose, he's entertaining. I mean, he's just how overly excited he gets one way or another.
What's up, Mike?
Simply outstanding.
All right, cool. Send it to me. Yeah. Honestly, I can't say much about it because I decided to walk away because I was so angry at that point. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, just that meme, the stick, do something. That was me. I was like, guys, do something. Are we gonna show up? You know what I mean? Tottenham is the Yankees of soccer. They don't impress me anymore. Zero with no success. None. That's the thing. What I'm saying is like there's no success whatsoever with them. Same or the Cowboys. Put whichever one. Insert. They're good, and then they're always middle of the road. That's it. That's all there will ever be. Tottenham will just be middle of the road, and then that's what they won't win anything. They won't lose anything. They'll just be there. The Cowboys.
They'll just be a thing.
Yeah, that's what Tottenham is going to be.
I don't ever like saying something nice about the Yankees, but the Yankees have 27 World Series titles.
Yeah, when was the last one?
Tottenham does not.
And I was going to say, yes, that's kind of a bad comparison.
But the last couple of years, congratulations, you made it to the World Series. You haven't done anything.
Yeah, maybe the Mets.
No,
I was going to say that or Baltimore or something. Well, not even Baltimore last.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like you're just like doing nothing. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You're spending all this money and you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
that's it.
Where's Big Chew Poppy?
I don't know. Probably working. Or crying in a corner, I was doing earlier,
or crying in a corner while working.
He doesn't want to come here about this.
Yeah. Well, like
he knows Ed has to be here.
I have to deal with it, right?
Well, no, I was going to say, like, he shows up on the weeks that they win and when Chelsea lose, but when the opposite happens, I don't see Big Chew Poppy.
That's right.
So,
listen, don't hate on the guy. Let him be. Okay.
Well, he does have to watch Tottenham every week, so I guess I can give him that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I cried in a corner while working today. We've all been there, Mike. We've all been there.
Are you a Tottenham supporter as well?
I hope not for his.
I think he was probably doing that for another reason. Maybe I don't know.
Actually, I think I know the comparison for Hotspur for Tottenham.
Oh Jesus! Here we go.
I could tell he was sitting over there thinking it through.
And I want to hear what you guys think about this. The Cubs.
Okay.
I can see that. Big brand recognition, big following, doesn't have the trophy case to support it.
And they always feel like they're going to, and then they don't.
Yeah, I can get done with that.
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard for me to put the Cubs in the same. I'm the wrong person to relate to it because I just have this disdain for Tottenham. But I kind of have like I have a soft spot for the Cubs. I definitely don't for Tottenham.
I don't have a soft spot for the Cubs.
But I can see. But I respect your reasoning. How about that?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think that's a great comparison.
That just seems to fit.
That's a really good comparison. Yeah.
I'm still going Mets.
See, but Mets have a lot more trophies. Like, to me, the Mets are kind of more of a
They've had their success.
Youth soccer teams have
Oh.
more trophy. There's
he
Big Chew
is.
Poppy. Yes, Big Chew Poppy. Guess who was calling your name right here?
See,
Yeah.
Mets to me are like an Aston Villa.
Listen, respect for showing up to take your medicine, but you guys were terrible.
Big, we're taking our medicine today.
You were
this
terrible.
week. Were you calling for daddy?
No, I was calling for my son.
There it is.
I was calling for my
Big.
son.
Gotcha.
Hey,
My son, Big Chew Poppy.
Okay.
you called him out. He came back at you.
Before we get too off the rails, though,
Yes.
we got to talk about this next game, because I know Mr. McCutcheon,
Oh,
Perry is
wholesome
biting
indeed.
on this one. I got to say, I've always called this the Tyne Ware Derby. I did not know it flips when Sunderland is at home. So the Ware Tyne Derby,
Mhm.
where Sunderland beats the visitors 1-0.
And the
Away the
visitors scored.
lads. Away the lads.
The visitors were the ones who scored.
I will say with this derby in particular, I always lean Sunderland. I don't know if this because of the year that I had to watch when Josie Altidore was playing, and you kind of just
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
go along with that ride. But man, Sunderland's very endearing to watch back then, and to see how they're doing now is amazing.
Polly, did you just clip where Big Chew Poppy said something about daddy? I'm sure you did.
He probably did.
But interesting stat about the Ware Tyne or Tyne Ware Derby. I think this is, as far as Premier League matches, I think Newcastle is on a 10-match winless run now against Sunderland.
I did read about. I don't know if it was 10, but
in the Premier League, I believe it's 10 games.
There's definitely a streak on it. Yes.
I think it's 10. Big Chew Poppy, all love, by the way, just so you know. I love the banter back and forth, but all love. But yeah, that's a huge win for Sunderland. Terry, if you're here, away the lads. That puts you guys, I think, tied for 5th in the table, or 5th or 6th in the table.
So they are currently,
I think they're in the 6th position.
8th.
Who? Sunderland?
Sunderland's 8th.
Yeah,
Okay, that's right. Because Man United's behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Chelsea, Crystal, Man United, Liverpool, Sunderland from 4 to 8.
Well, we don't count Man U and Liverpool. We're just gonna skip right over them. No. Yeah, Terry, it's been a great few years for you guys after some really challenging years in the last 10 or so. So really happy for you, and you've had some really good results this season. I mean, the way you guys are playing is outstanding. So credit to you.
Well, we're all actually tied in points, so that placement is based on something other than points, because Crystal Palace, Man U, Liverpool, Sunderland, all at 26 points.
It's goal difference.
Yeah.
It's goal
Now,
difference.
you guys may not know this, but this derby is called the Ware Tyne or Tyne Ware Derby. In fantasy football, I'm playing Mr. McCutcheon again for the 3rd time. That has a derby name. We call that the Nowhere Derby.
What? Why is that?
Because we're going nowhere.
Yep, that's right.
So let's talk about.
No, not wrong, League Mike. We are. I like my MLS. We good. Don't worry, baby. What's up, Jolly?
What's up, Jolly?
Good to see you.
Hey, Jolly showed up.
Ed, glad you could log in.
I was just waiting.
Other results, we have Aston Villa beating West Ham 3-2.
Great win for Villa.
Yeah, they are sitting at 3rd right now on the table.
Can we say that West Ham got good eveninged?
Yes, we can. They are. Yeah, they are at the bottom. Right, they're in the bottom 3 right now. So see if they can get out of that. But who knows?
Is there a certain West Ham manager that's in trouble? Or
when you're done going over those scores, I'll have a question on the EFL Championship, specifically one team. I just need to figure out what's going on with this team, and you guys would be the right people to ask this
Is this a
question.
Wrexham question?
No, it is not a Wrexham. They're good
Ooh.
from relegation.
Ooh, kinky. Okay, so next game we have
I like it.
Brentford and Leeds tied 1-1, and I completely forgot about the Monday game that happened, but holy crap, that scoreline! Man U and Brentford tied 4-4.
You mean
Today.
Bournemouth? You mean Bournemouth?
What did I say?
You said Brentford.
Bournemouth. Sorry, Bournemouth tied 4-4, and it looks like a
4-4.
pretty good back and forth game. So
A lot of scoring for a draw.
Yeah.
I
I didn't watch it, but from all accounts,
Zero defense.
I was going to say, but from all accounts, it was a good Man United performance, from what I was told. They gave up 4 goals, but like in the first half, especially, I think that was the most shots created or chances created in a first half in the Premier League this season, if I read that correctly.
didn't look into that.
But I mean, credit to Bournemouth for coming back. I think that Man United is the one that got out to a lead, and Bournemouth came back and snatched a point. So, but I think there's a lot for Man United to build on, and Ruben Amorim seems to slowly but surely getting his ideas across. He's getting. This is a much better Man U side than we saw last season, so they are improving, and I've got to call a spade a spade. So, Bournemouth is a good team. So, and where Man United are in the table right now is a vast improvement on where they were last season. So, good job to both teams. But yeah, Ed, you were right. No defense whatsoever.
None.
But it was but from what
entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining certainly for the neutral fan, the neutral supporter.
True.
Okay, so what is your championship question?
Well, guys, there's a team that I followed a couple of years for a while, just because I like the logo and everything. Norwich City.
Ooh, okay.
Look at where they are right now.
Yes, they are not having a good season.
Nope.
They are on the verge of getting relegated to a lower division. Like, help me explain, like, what is going on with this team? Like, is it just because it's just bad management, bad ownership, bad, like, everything? Like, they're 23rd on the table right now. 23rd.
I honestly do not have an answer for this because Norwich last year, I think, was close to the promotion leagues. They had one of the top scorers and Josh Sargent on the team. He is still on that team. I do not know if it was just transfers that killed them and they didn't bring people in. I'm not aware of any ownership issues, but of course I'm currently researching to see if there's anything I'm missing on that. But no, that's definitely one of the bigger surprises to me in the championship so far, to see them that low.
Talk about fall from grace. Like, Jesus.
Well, and it's not a change in ownership. Delia Smith has owned that team for years, and they've always been what we always call a yo-yo club. They've been, they've been relegated from the Premier League several times, but then they've been remarkable in terms of getting promoted back to the Premier League. I can think of at least 3-4 occasions that I've seen that happen.
Granted, it's been a while since they've been in the Premier League, right? I mean, the last time they were was 2021, 2022.
I was going to say not that long, but yeah, I mean, it was, but for a few years there was like, they'd be in and then they were out. They'd be in and then they were out. Because I remember Teemu Pukki was one of the players in the Premier League.
What a name.
Yeah.
Pukki.
Is he finished?
Pukki?
He's finished. He just retired from the Finnish.
Yeah,
he just retired from national duty.
Well, I was going to say, because he was in MLS too.
Yep.
Teemu Pukki. It's been a while since Cholo Virgil has been here. I'm just saying.
I was here last week and no one said anything because we all wanted to pile on Eric. Don't forget that.
We did pile on Eric, which was
Yeah,
was
but-
good. It was needed.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a good question, Ed. I don't have the reason either. I think there's been a little bit of instability at the managerial position for them. They just sacked their manager about a month ago, I want to say, and then they brought in somebody new. But Norwich has had notoriously very high standards, and they've chopped and changed the manager a few times. But it's a fall from grace for sure. It reminds me a lot of what happened to Sunderland and to Luton Town. Just kind of a precipitous fall. Not quite in the same way. It's been a couple years, but it's kind of a precipitous fall from a team that's been in the Premier League conversation for the last 10 years or so off and on. So it's surprising. It's a good call.
I'm just like, because I keep up with that one, the championship, just to see, keeping an eye on who's going up. Right now, you got the top three is Coventry, Middlesbrough, and then Preston. Right, so it's like, and then I keep looking. I was like, I know this one. Leicester City. There they are. There's Southampton. There's Bristol City, Derby County, Birmingham, Watford. Okay, cool. Hey, there's Wrexham, 15, middle of the table. All right, so they're safe from relegation right now. And then you keep going down. Sheffield United, it's like 18th.
Yeah. Well, Oxford United's another one. Yeah, Oxford United's another one that was at the other end of the table last season, and now they're in
all the way in the bottom.
Yeah, well, and part of that is because they lost their manager to another job, so that can also happen. But yeah, I hate to see that for Oxford United. I've got a soft spot for them.
There's only two teams that get relegated, correct? For three. So Oxford United, Norwich, and then Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, and Sheffield Wednesday, like, obviously started with like a points deduction before the season even started. So that they're on -9 points right now, if I'm not mistaken. What do they have? Was it a 20 point?
I don't see. I'm trying to remember because I get them and United confused because I thought United.
Maybe it was a 12 point. Maybe it was a 12-point deduction.
Sheffield United is 18th. They're 23 points, and then Sheffield Wednesday has -9.
Yeah, and Sheffield United's another good example. I mean, they made a horrible managerial appointment. That's what did them in.
Yeah, 20 point deduction.
Was it 20 points? Okay.
What was it? And again, I'm not familiar with what happened. So what happened with the 20-point deduction?
So they went into administration.
Yeah.
Meaning that, I mean, they
did some naughty things.
Well, and Virgil can speak to this, I'm sure, a lot better than I can. But basically, the financials weren't right, and they
cook the books. Come on, just say that.
Well,
it's not really a cooking.
Nobody's coming after you, Patrick. Just say it like it is.
It's not really cooking books, but sometimes you can't. There are some league teams that
about what I say about that kind of stuff.
So there are some teams that cannot support financially their current situation. Right. So because of that, the we'll say the championship at this point has to step in to help cover, expenses, help, keep the club from going, afloat, or, from going away. And when that happens, that's being called an administration. That's what causes point deductions.
Yep. And you can't pay pretty much her Majesty's what do they call it? HMRC, whatever it is. It's anyways, you can't pay your debts. You don't leave a margin between what you're bringing in between what you're spending and what you're bringing in. So you can't keep that margin like you should. So
pretty much they should look for new ownership.
That's pretty much what usually happens in the end now.
Well, and what happens is if someone's willing to cover the debt and cover the expenses, then they can acquire a football club on the cheap.
I was just going to say they assume ownership of a
because they're trying to keep it from being liquidated, right? And liquidating all the assets. Well, especially a club of Sheffield Wednesday's history and prestige. I mean, that's a big club. That's a historically big club. I mean, they used to be a Premier League club.
Yeah, we talk about soft spots with teams. Wednesday's one for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, and to me, they have, with all due respect to Sheffield United, That's the one that I felt had more like history and prestige than Sheffield United until recently. I mean, both teams have been around a while, but
Yeah,
Sheffield Wednesday
yeah.
is the one that I always think about.
I'm just very intrigued by that. Just the
Yeah.
the whole what's going on with those two specific teams. And I wasn't aware of Oxford United, so I'll be honest with you, I didn't know too much about them.
The
Um,
Castone
but
Stadium. Oof.
yeah, Norwich. I'm like, man, that's like fall from grace right there.
Yeah. Especially when you think of some of the players that have been there. And that's actually where Charlotte's head coach was the coach at Norwich. Charlotte, Charlotte FC's head coach.
And look what he's done with Charlotte FC.
Oh, and that really that's first where he first made his that's where he first made his name was at Norwich. Am I wrong on that, Virgil? I thought he was at Norwich.
I don't know if that's the first play. I'm going to say
Dean
yes
Smith?
to that because I'm
Because
not.
because then he left for Villa where it didn't go as well.
Maybe
but-
that's right. I don't remember his.
I mean, it went well for Villa at the start, but then I think he was at Norwich.
Let me check that out. While we do that, Patrick, I'm going to ask you a question real quick. Actually, I'm going to answer this question real quick. The reason why I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I cannot see shit.
It's I can take them off, and I usually don't wear them, but I only wear them when I'm doing computer work because I'm starting to my vision is starting to.
I can't
What
read.
happens when you get into
anything.
40s?
I can't read. I can't even read what Jolly wrote now that I took my glasses off.
Bye.
But also the other reason is that if I take my glasses off, the women demographic will probably shoot through here, and this will probably crash the site. We can't.
100%. I agree. I
have
agree.
that.
But
Does
by
it
the
make
way,
me look younger there, Big Chupapi?
Phillips is 44, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, he's my age, bro.
Yeah. And by the way, Virgil, I had that. I am right that he was a Norwich City manager, but I had backwards when he like his initial success when he came on my radar was when he was at Brentford before Thomas Frank took over Brentford.
Right.
So
And before that,
and then he went to Villa, and then he went to Norwich. So,
and also he had a pretty good career at North Carolina.
a fantastic career.
Hmm.
Fantastic career.
So let me see. We talked about all Premier League
Appreciate
stuff. Patrick, this is a question for you for championship.
Okay.
Because
Appreciate that, Big.
there are a few teams I see that have been perennial championship teams, have never made it out to the Premier League, or at least that they have. I can't remember. Is this the year where we see Preston or Millwall be promoted?
Oh, I hope it's not Millwall.
I hope not either. That's going to be Millwall West Ham is going to be absolute terrible if that happens.
Their fans are already a handful. Can you imagine them in the Premier League?
No.
It's about as bad as Leeds.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah.
And how do you get to fourth place with a negative goal differential?
Who, Millwall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They probably got blown out in a big game and then won a bunch of close ones.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
crazy.
Well, I know why Millwall is doing well right now. Alex Neil is their manager. I didn't realize that. Alex Neil was the former Norwich manager who led them to promotion. He seems to do well in the championship. I don't know what it is about him, but he didn't do so well in Scotland, but he did well and he didn't do well in the Premier League with Norwich, but he did really well in the championship with them. I would like to see Preston get in because Preston North End is a great club, and I would love to see them make it. I can't say, like I said, I honestly can't say the same about Millwall. That's just a personal thing, but I think one of them could. It'd be good to see Coventry back in the Premier League again after what their supporters have been put through it. We're talking about ownership problems. We were wondering if they were even going to have a ground. So Ed and Donnie, for your edification, they had I think it's the Rico Arena, I think is where they play, or they did at one time, and they were sharing a ground with another team because things were so bad at their stadium they couldn't come to a rental agreement with where they were going to play. So
Wow.
that team has been through, their sports have been through a lot for a team with the history that Coventry has. So, and it started with Mark Robbins. I think he gets a lot of credit for this, for changing the standard at that club before he was unceremoniously let go. But Frank Lampard's kind of taking them to that next step. For me, the closest thing that I can think of is what Mark Jackson did with the Golden State Warriors, and then Steve Kerr came in.
Yep.
Like, you didn't necessarily have to change, but you did, and it's kind of worked.
Yep.
At least in the short term with Frank Lampard, and it's a small sample size because he's only been there about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a
about a year almost.
That's right.
Yeah. But Mark Robbins deserves great credit for kind of the foundation that he laid at Coventry. He brought stability that they never had. And now Mark Robbins is doing it again at Stoke City. So really, he's a phenomenal manager, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Mhm.
But Frank Lampard's done a phenomenal job, and he's really brought a swashbuckling type of football to Coventry, and I'd love to see them back in the Premier League.
Just to add a little more context, the field that the team that they ground shared with was Birmingham.
Yeah, because like I said, I think their ground was the Rico Arena before
Yes.
they went to St. Andrews. I think they may be back at Rico.
They are.
Yeah, but it was a whole drama for about 2 or 3 years, I want to say, with the pitch being awful, and it's just a club like Coventry shouldn't be going through that. But they've seen much better times in probably the last 3-4 years, and it's good to see.
Absolutely. I hope they get promoted, but we'll see. It's still a long way to go in the championship. So let's move on to Bundesliga for a minute. Donnie? Mainz? Really?
I know. It's like the worst team on the table.
He
And
was
you-
doing a lot of swearing on that because of this game.
Oh, there was
I
a
wa-
lot of all caps going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Rondo, tell you, I started watching this game here at the house, and we had to leave the house. I grabbed my iPad. I actually had my iPad on the little center console with the game going, so I could keep up with it as we were going over to her office, running some errands. I was like, I have got to keep up with this game, and it was just, lots of choice words.
You chose that game. I would have turned it off.
I kept waiting for, Harry Kane to get his customary and put all things to rest, and it didn't happen. He had a shot. This is my takeaway from that game. They were they missed so many things by that much.
Kane
Like,
got a penalty.
I know. That's what I mean. It
So he
was
got
like,
a customary goal.
you're right. He did get the customary goal. You're right. But I in play was what I was talking about.
That's fair.
I mean, it's like before that actually happened, everything was so close. Like they had several shots, they had several opportunities that came down to them just misplaying the foot the wrong way or just squeaking off the wrong side some way. It was just one of those. It wasn't meant to be that day.
But there is one bright spot for.
I mean, every blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. So.
But I would say the one bright spot that's been one for the season for Bayern is the 17-year-old that not a lot of people are talking about with Leonard Carl. That, like, I mean, everyone talks about Lamine Yamal, who I think finally just turned 18, a few months ago?
Right.
But Leonard Carl is 17 years old, and he's starting in central. He's starting in the 10 role for Bayern Munich, and he's scoring.
Yeah,
he's already scored a few goals. I mean, that kid is a stud.
He is, and good to have.
Yeah, but I don't think he's getting maybe good for him, but I don't think he's getting the attention that he might deserve because he's been. I mean, he belongs. I mean, he's playing like he belongs.
Yep.
Really happy for him.
Yeah, it was just a strange game. It's just like I said, everything was just off. The passes were off a hair. everything that they tried to set up just missed just by a fraction.
I feel like with German teams, you really don't hear about their young players as much as like if it was like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or like a La Liga player or a Premier League. But it's definitely good to see there. But see, Donnie, because of that, you lost 2 points on the table, which means you are now
darn.
gosh, you're now 9 points clear of Leipzig. I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing they're right behind you like that.
I know. I'm like, we should be double digits ahead of these guys. What the heck?
Yeah, you can't have Red Bull come back like that. Can't.
Well, I mean, and then we've got Heidenheim coming up. So
Which is the second to bottom.
yeah, so that's making me nervous after this one. So, and this one was at home. The next game's going to be on the road. So we'll see. No, we'll get the ship righted here.
If you say so. It's on my case right now. How can I avoid them? Say, pay.
So the first question is, why is the IRS on you? Because usually that's never a good thing unless you're doing something underhanded. Just pay your taxes. That's what I always tell people. Oh dear. So any other let's see,
or you just keep moving so they can't find you. One of the two.
That too. So nothing with the IRS is ever simple. Trust me,
Yeah.
I know that much. So Patrick, is there any other soccer stuff you would like to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think you covered it well.
Oh, you're just gonna just not even talk about La Liga at all? Like, I mean, this is what we do now.
I'll be honest, I didn't even follow La Liga this weekend.
It's okay. My team match was postponed.
Oh, well,
It's funny you say that. I was looking into finding out why it was postponed because I thought maybe it was like weather related. And I could not think of anything.
I couldn't see anything.
well, I just saw the Real Betis drew with Rayo Vallecano today. That's probably because it's Anthony's fault. That's just
It's always Anthony's fault.
It is. It is. In fact, I'm about to look to see if he played so I can confirm it was his fault. Let's see.
Let's see. I know that the other team that I follow is Mallorca. They did play on that.
And they
one.
beat Elche 3-1. Donnie, Atletico Madrid beat Valencia 2-1. And Sevilla had the best score line over Oviedo 4-0. Yeah, that's a win for the good guys.
What'd you say the Sevilla score was?
4-0.
Oh, good result for Sevilla.
Yeah, but it was playing bottom of the league, bottom of the table.
Well, haven't we already proven throughout this broadcast that doesn't matter necessarily?
Oh no, that's true. It's actually nice to see a team that I follow actually do good against bottom of the table teams for once. But
Yeah. But that's been I mean, Sevilla also got a good result last weekend against Valencia, I mean, 1-1 draw against Valencia is not too bad.
It's not terrible. And of course, before we switch off, we do need to talk about college soccer because, of course, as you can tell, these two goobers below me are not at Cary freezing their asses off right now because
Dude, you know how cold it is out here? Screw that, bro.
would you have not have gone if Furman did make it?
No, I would have.
I would have. I would have braved it for the story, for the hashtag content.
Right, because it's two Carolina teams going. Happy for North Carolina State, NC State. I'm happy for them. But I think it would have meant a little bit more to go see Furman than it was to go see North Carolina State, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny saying that considering you guys are closer to, Ed, you're closer to North Carolina State.
I am. But I mean, when it comes to college, I'm not I had to root for ECU here
Mm-hmm.
because of my niece, right? She goes to ECU. And so I have to. That's the team that we have to root for, even though it's.
I thought you said because of your knees, and I'm like, why does your bad knees have anything to do with cheering for ECU? Was it because they have ramps easier than stairs?
Snack, crackle, and pop goes to ECU, which are my knees. Literally my knees.
No, Phil, I didn't get a shirt or the FU hat that I wanted to get, but I'm going to get those. I'm going to have those prepared for next season for soccer.
FU hat or a T-shirt would be such a that's amazing.
Yep.
All right, guys.
But just to carry on, since Furman didn't get there, the game is over tonight. They're in Cary. Unfortunately, NC State went down. They were down 2-0. Came back to tie it 2-2 with 3 minutes left in regulation, and Washington won 3-2 in overtime to take the national title.
Oh, good for them.
So that must have been a very recent finish. It looks like this was about 6 minutes ago that this was updated. So they just finishing up.
What was that one again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Washington won 3-2 in overtime.
Ooh. Okay.
They were up 2-0. NC State clawed back, tied the score 2-2 with 3 minutes left in regulation to force an overtime.
Did you say the Wolfpack clawed back? Is that what you said?
Absolutely is what I said. Yes.
You know what?
I said what I said.
I'll give him props for that one.
I'm going to give him props for that one. That one's good. Oh,
I have to give credit where credit is due, though. That is, I'm reading that, so I have to give Craig Meyer and Matthew Glenesick of USA Today Network credit for that, because I was actually reading their article and they actually put that one up there. Good
Terry, I hold my hands up. I should have brought up Flamengo. What's that? They just won their third trophy.
Man, Terry's going some deep cut here, isn't he?
I'm sorry, not in this Botafogo household. We do not talk about Flamengo.
Are you Botafogo? I did not realize
I can't say that with a straight face. No, I'm not.
Not with a straight face.
I was about to say, so you're a Thiago Almada fan too, then, huh?
The only team that I've actually watched in Brazil that I've kind of thought about following was Palermus.
Oh no!
But it's like after seeing the International Football Factory on that one, goes like, I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, no, but I've got an extra grab with Flamengo after the Club World Cup, but that's just me. But what a game that was, between Mirassol and Flamengo. I want to say, and Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Flamengo end up? I know it ended like tied, but did Flamengo win on PKs? I wasn't sure.
I will tell you here. Let's see. Doesn't look like it.
Did Mirassol win? I thought it was a
3-3 tie. But it wasn't on penalty kicks. Last score was in the 65th minute.
Well,
yeah, that's just a tie.
Just a draw. Well,
just a draw.
Yeah. But didn't Flamengo just won a trophy?
Yeah, I think Copa Libertadores.
Was it Copa Libertadores that they just won? Because I know that their sporting director has been I know the Flamengo's director has been linked with a lot of European jobs. I think he just left the club, or he was going to leave the club.
They beat Palmeiras 1-0.
And Thiago Silva just left the club as a free agent. So there's talk that Thiago Silva, who is, for those of you that don't know, O Monstro, is a legend. No matter where you love to watch football, I mean, AC Milan, Chelsea, PSG. I mean, he's just Flamengo. He's just incredible, and was he 41 at this point? He just keeps himself in phenomenal condition, and I just love that he's still playing.
Yeah, I feel like that's a league I need to follow more, honestly.
Yeah. Shout out to one of my friends. Unfortunately, her team, Ceará, just got relegated, but we'll hope that they get promoted back to Serie A in Brazil soon. Oh, Bozal.
I didn't even know Brazil. I thought Brazil was like Mexico. I didn't realize they relegated.
Y'all
their
just going crazy right now. You need to calm the hell down, okay?
You what?
Yeah. I
You
gotta
what?
go.
We're going with the Brazil league now and everything. Like Jesus.
I gotta shout out Phil on this one. He's got to go look and see if he still has his shirt. It says "F you till it's purple."
I mean, do you want to talk about the Belarusian league real quick? Because there's an interesting story happening there.
Yep.
But I mean, we can move on to other stuff. This is what you wanted, Ed. You wanted soccer talk.
You're right.
But we're going to stop here because we talk about FCS. And guys, I can say with a tear in my eye, this was the best Saturday I could have ever hoped for in the playoffs.
Did you go set a Redbird free?
Yes, I got some bird seed and I saw the first red bird I saw and just let it eat out of my hand. I just said thank you. Thank you for beating those cowards. Because I'm letting you guys know if the cowards won that game, they would have had a home game. And if they would have made it to Nashville in the championship game, I may have had to go protest it.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
I'd love to have seen you with a shirt that had their logo as the C of the word cowards on it.
Phil, Virgil's going to do a PowerPoint presentation on that next week.
Dude, that would have been
so for the
so
record,
good.
the Togo Premier League games are actually on FIFA Plus if you want to watch them with the Burkina Faso league, and I am not making that up.
Yeah, but I mean, what an amazing weekend in FCS, though. I mean, just
Those are great games, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you want as a fan, right? I mean, like for me, especially like someone who doesn't know much at all about FCS, not like you guys do. Certainly, Ed, you and Virgil, with what you guys know. But I've grown to love some of these teams, like Illinois State. I mean, they kind of captured my attention in the last weeks of the season because I was just impressed with what they were doing. And it's just fun to see them go on a run now. I certainly didn't expect them to be where they are right now, but to go on the road, I mean, they've been on the road for all of these games, right? I mean, they've had to go. I mean, that's what makes it even more impressive is that you're going into Coward, California, and putting I mean, that wasn't just a win; that was a dominant win. I mean,
it was such a major win. I had to check the weather to make sure nothing was coming.
Well, you didn't hear they actually tried to call a weather delay, but they couldn't get a meteorologist to just basically burn their credentials.
Yeah, I know.
So they had to play the game.
Because I know there's still some fine, upstanding meteorologists out there.
Well, they tried to call Jim Cantori to come and say that there was a hurricane, tornado, earthquake, and everything happening at one time in that play, like in Davis, California. And he was like, I can't do that. So well done, Illinois State.
So we're going to talk about the games through here because there's a certain game that I think when we were talking about games we were looking forward to, you guys had a lot of different ones, and I had this game, and I still was shocked by the scoreline. So first, Montana State beats Stephen F. Austin 44-28. Really nothing to report there. Kind of about what we expected. Then the Saturday games rolls around. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was not watching this one as much because I was focusing on the Celebration Bowl and that debacle. We'll talk about that. But Villanova goes to Tarleton State and beats Tarleton on, was it free beer or dollar beer?
$1 beer and hot dogs.
On dollar beer and hot dog day. And man, Villanova got punched in the mouth. They were down 14-0 at the beginning of this game, and it looked like it was going to be run roughshod. They fought back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not know they had that in them. I'm kind of glad to see that because I feel like CAA never really had a lot of good representation. Their teams get knocked out early, so it's nice to see a team in the semifinals probably since James Madison.
Well, CAA stands for Clapback Athletic Association, right?
You know, it does now.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
At least for this week, it does.
South Dakota loses to Montana 52-22. So the over-under for this game was 56.5, and Montana almost got that themselves.
By themselves.
Yeah, this game wasn't even close.
No, I was a little surprised by this one. I thought it was going to be, I'm not going to say a lot
Closer?
but I thought it was, I know I wasn't going to expect, like, I thought it was still going to be a blowout, but I didn't think it was going to be, like, that bad. And then the last game, Illinois State goes in to UC Davis and beats the Cowards 42-31. A game that I might have been sweating because UC Davis recovered, I think, 2 onside kicks in this game.
Phil, same here, bro.
Yep.
Phil, that's when you go into a game and you feel like Donnie for a night.
Yeah, right.
So, what are you guys' opinions on these games? Because I know a lot of them kind of go in the way. I think a lot of it's focused on Villanova beating Tarleton.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest surprise. I mean, I had South Dakota winning, even though I kind of knew in my heart that it was not going to happen, but yeah, Illinois State going into the Cowards. I was a little nervous because I was at a Christmas party. I'm like, man, this is getting. Oh no, never mind. They got it. Okay, moving on. Right, so that's how it was for me. But Villanova did not see that one coming. Not even gonna lie, I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that one because I was focused like you on the Celebration Bowl and Newberry and Division II, and I just saw that score later. I think you texted it or something. I was like, wait, what? I had no eye on that Villanova Tarleton State game. That one caught me off guard. I watched pretty much almost all of the Stephen F. Austin Montana State game Friday night, and then I had dual screen going with Newberry South Carolina State games early. I watched most of the Montana South Dakota game. Illinois State Davis. Illinois State was kind of handling that one. I could not stay up for that one. I just flipped over, saw that it looked like Davis just didn't have a chance. They were getting dominated. I mean, it was a close game eventually, but it didn't look like it was going to stay close when they were third quarter got going. I was like, okay, Illinois State's putting it away, and I saw UC Davis came back a little bit the next day when I saw the score, but.
Yeah, I had that on because I'm like, when it got close, I'm like, they're going to try to, something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. And in the end, they pulled it off. So that leads to our semifinal matchups. First, it's Illinois State going to Villanova. Villanova gets a home game, semifinal game. Who thought they were going to have that at the beginning of the playoffs?
Nope.
I don't know. I know I didn't. They didn't. But guys, probably the biggest game in the state of Montana is about to happen.
I'm going to be honest. I think this should have been the championship game.
I mean, this may de facto be the championship game. Brawl of the Wild Part 2.
Yeah.
Montana,
ooh, baby.
Montana State. This time we are going to Bozeman for this one.
Did Montana State win Part 1 this year?
Montana State won at Missoula. Correct.
Oof.
Montana State's won the last 2.
Montana's only loss this year is to Montana State.
Yeah, because in November they
God
won.
bless it.
In November they won 31-28, and then in Bozeman in November of 24 they won 34-11. So,
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I did see a little small documentary. They were showing it during the halftime show. They were talking about this rivalry game, the Montana State. And man, that's no joke, dude. Those guys, they don't mess around.
So this is interesting. In the all-time series, Montana leads 74 wins to 44 wins for Montana State, and I guess 5 ties.
Wow.
Yeah, Montana's been like the more consistent of the two.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think
Well, in Montana State's recent, it's been recent for them for their success.
Well, Montana won 16 straight from 1986 to 2001.
Yeah.
So that's unreal.
That kind of does it for you.
Yeah, I they were talking about that.
But I have to give props to the networks on this because they put this game on ABC.
Yeah, it wasn't like like ESPN Plus or anything like that. It was straight up on national TV.
Yeah, so that's a bit. If you are, I hate, as much as I hate saying stuff like this, because I think it's really hyperbolic and all that. If you are a fan of college football, you need to watch this game
100%.
just for even if the game is a blowout for one side, just for the crowd environment on that. I think it's going to be absolutely. I think the whole state of Montana is going to be at that game.
Will they be playing in snow?
More likely than not.
Let me see what the weather is for this game.
It's showing 40 and
Okay.
partly sunny.
So maybe not.
Yeah, looks like no snow.
I would not etch that in stone.
I wouldn't discount that there would be snow on the field when they get there that morning or that afternoon, but it may
Or
not
later
be
on
snowing
that
during the
night.
game.
I want to know what kind of factor the wind chill factor is going to play in who Donnie picks in this game.
Ooh,
Uh,
Johnny, you're gonna take that?
Stay tuned. We make
No,
our
I mean
picks on.
that
make our picks on Thursday.
wasn't a knock. He takes external factors into his picks.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to see what his analysis for this is going to be. Like, I'm serious.
No, I was not knocking him for that.
It depends
do
on
wanna
whether
see it.
Jim Cantori gets back to me.
No, well, he knows the guy.
He knows a guy that knows a guy.
So before we go over to Division 2, because there's definitely those two games we need to talk about. We do need to talk about the new hire for Mercer. That is Joel Taylor, who was the former defensive coordinator. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because of where he came from, and that is West Georgia. After the year that they had in his second season, Mercer pulls the trigger and hires him.
Tremendous hire for Mercer.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Super
I
happy
mean,
for
I mean, you hate to lose. You hate to see him lose their coach because he left for. Was it Southern Miss?
I almost said Toledo.
Or it was Toledo. That's what it was.
Let me double check that before I say anything else.
But I mean, to lose. I mean, you're going to lose your coach. You're going to lose your coach after you've had a successful season, right? I mean, with the carousel. I mean, it's
The way that college football is nowadays.
Yeah,
in an FCS.
Yeah, and I hate it for West Georgia because of what they've been doing. But I mean, right now, Mercer's, with all due respect, Mercer's a bigger job, and I think it's
Right
great
now.
Mercer. Yeah, but I think West Georgia is going to find somebody good too, yeah, I mean, good hire for Mercer. What do you guys think?
Oh, I don't
Absolutely.
disagree.
Oh, I think it'll work out great for them. This I'll be curious. I know the coach that went to Toledo is taking some of the staff with him, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So there will have to be some spots to reload.
Toledo does
and
a
all
good
that.
job too, though. I mean, that's a great launching.
Oh,
point.
absolutely. Mercer Toledo is a move you don't really. I'm a little surprised that was even made because that's kind of a whole different set of.
Yeah. It's a bigger job. Yeah, I mean, it's a bigger job,
It's a
right? I
bigger
mean,
job, yeah.
But as long as a Mercer coach doesn't leave for UC Davis, I mean, I'm happy for them.
No, that relationship will never heal. Time
That
will
might
not
be,
heal that.
that might be worse than Kiffin's move from Ole Miss to LSU.
Well, I mean, if Michigan gets the board and Alabama opens, we'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. That's for.
Well, I
another
know
time.
we'll get into this. We'll get into that later. But I was seeing rumors that Kenny Dillingham was essentially in Ann Arbor, And I'm like, and then like 12 hours later, he's still at Arizona State. And it's like, where do they get this stuff?
People just looking at flight trackers.
They're looking to make a story instead of reporting a story.
100%. 100%. I mean, Kenny Dillingham, I almost got choked up watching that little media scrum that he did where he about lost it about how much he loves that place. And I mean, there's words, but then he's backed up with his actions. He's had every opportunity to leave and he's still there. So huge respect for Kenny Dillingham with the way he's conducted himself.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, he could have left for almost any of those jobs. He was a candidate for a lot of them, and he took himself out of the running. So,
I mean, he won a Big 12 championship already.
well, I think also with, I mean, I'm not trying to get us off track here, but like just in short with Kenny Dillingham, I think he wants to finish building what he helped start building. I mean, like Arizona State's never had the kind of investment in football that they've had since he took over. I mean, they were sort of in a hole after Herm Edwards left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were in a bad way. I mean,
Not every coach chases the bigger contract, you know.
Yeah,
They want to establish a legacy. Some of them do.
Well, see, and I was going to use Matt Campbell as an example, and that got thrown out the window.
Well, but even with Matt Campbell, though, I mean, he at least spent 10 years at Iowa State. It wasn't like he.
True.
I mean, it's not like he just left, after 1 year.
I think if you get over that 10, 12-year threshold, it's a little bit different. If you're in that 5 to 8 year window, it's like,
yeah.
Have you been there long enough to really establish something, or did you wait it out long enough for something better to come along? So, well,
and maybe in a previous era, it was a regular thing to see a coach stay, like your Bobby Bowdens. But it's really rare to see like what Dabo at Clemson, Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, Kyle Whittingham at Utah. I mean, it's weird. It's rare to see a coach in today's day and age stay at one program for a very long time. I mean, can you count Nick Saban at Bama? I guess. I mean, that what was that, 10 years or so?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you were talking recently about I forget which, I don't remember the text, because you said something about the coaching carousel somewhere, and I said, well, since I left Clemson, they've only had 4 coaches, so and that's been a while. So 35 years, 4 coaches, that's pretty good.
I'm sorry, Patrick, were you talking about failed NFL coach Nick Saban?
Well, yes, okay. I was talking about failed NFL coach Nick Saban.
I want to make sure that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're talking about coaching carousels and how we got on Kenny Dillingham possibly going to Michigan, and then he's not going to Michigan anymore.
I wouldn't want to go to Michigan right now.
Yeah, well, what spurred it was like when you talked about Kalen DeBoer being on there, even though Kalen DeBoer's come out and said he's staying at Alabama. Until someone signs on the dotted line, I don't believe anybody.
I don't believe anybody.
Until a hire's been made by that program, I think anything's still on the table.
It's kind of funny to think about that you've had 2 of the longest tenured coaches in Gundy and Willingham, and both are now gone. One for different reason, but
yeah.
So definitely some big changes coming there.
Yeah.
Well, Michigan is a cancer that some people just don't want to touch right now, just as a whole situation.
And they're doing an investigation on their own department. That's just bad news right there.
Well, Ward Manuel, their AD, may not even be around that much longer either.
Right.
That's on borrowed time.
And part of that makes me think: can you hire a coach when your AD may be on the way out?
I'm surprised he's still around. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, you can, but is that a good idea? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the first time a coach has been hired when they don't have an AD, but I don't know who's left. I mean, I was trying to think of, Jed Fish.
Jed Fish is still available. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a Big Ten, that's an inter conference move.
I don't see them getting, I'd be shocked at this point if they get a Division I coach.
or do you let one of the assistants handle it for a year and then you try next year?
I mean, that's one thing to think about, but because you're doing an internal investigation, man, you better clear that dude.
And it's not Michigan's, and when it's not Michigan's way just to put a nobody, with all due
True.
respect.
But
Sorry,
nothing's
I don't want to say
Michigan's way
nobody, but
right
like
now.
a lesser name. Like they need name recognition with that brand, especially
Don't-
in the NFL.
So
this
you
is
heard
this
it.
is what I see potentially. They're in a situation now where their best bet is to get an NFL assistant of some kind or coordinator of some kind to come in. Not enough, because they're almost too late in the college ranks for somebody to jump ship from any college team because of the portal coming up in January, because of the recruiting. I just don't see it. I don't even think the smaller schools, unless you've got one of these schools we're talking about here in the last few weeks of FCS and stuff,
Right.
that may want to jump, that they would go after. Who would that be? I don't know. Why would you leave
Is there
those
one
FCS
left?
programs for that cancer too?
Well, I was gonna say, is there one left? I mean, that
Well,
hasn't signed a new deal. I mean,
well,
not that
true.
contracts mean anything at this point, but
Right. But I mean, if you're just to throw it out, if you're the coach of Montana and you go out and win another championship, as great as Montana's been, do you jump from Montana to Michigan? Maybe
Not
not.
right
I don't
now.
know. I
I
would.
don't see Michigan looking. I don't see Michigan even looking
Now-
there.
Well, no,
You-
I'm just
you-
I'm just giving you an example, like something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's what they would have to do, is to get somebody like that.
Correct.
I don't think
Yeah.
they get that. I think they go to the NFL and get somebody, and
Good
I don't know
point.
who that is.
Good point.
But the
Did
problem
you-
is you're already so far behind the eight ball right now.
I mean, I still think Jesse Minter is the one that makes the most sense. Even though he's linked to the Harbaugh era, he's not the one that I think is subject to all of the. I've never seen him named in terms of the sanctions that are against Michigan.
Yeah, but the
So-
problem is he's still attached to Harbaugh. That's the problem.
It's
Yeah,
a
but-
perception thing, whether
and
it's a
I
reality
agree
or
with
not.
you, whether reality or
Yeah.
not, perception
And you
is
wanna-
Perception is reality.
Yeah, and you want to completely remove yourself from that problem, right? You
Right.
want to completely have a clean break,
Yep.
which is a shame for Jesse Minter, because I think Jesse Minter could be a good coach.
Michigan is going to have to overpay too. Remember that. They're
Yeah.
going to have to do some major overpaying of whoever it is.
I mean, the only big name that I can think of out there that's like, there's only two out there that I can think of, both of which would be horrible hires, but there's Brian Kelly and there's Jimbo Fisher. Those are the
Neither
two
one of
big
them-
names. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you're looking for flashy name recognition, those are the two you go after. The problem is,
why would you?
Well, why would you? Yeah, like why would you pay what they would want? Because
Right.
and really, neither one's in a position where they need a job. I mean, Brian Kelly's all set with what he's getting from LSU, and Jimbo Fisher's still living off of Texas A&M checks.
And people at
Um,
Michigan don't like Brian Kelly.
Oh,
The rest of the
it would
nation
be,
don't like
it would be a
Brian.
horrendous hire. And wasn't he at Central Michigan anyway?
Right. That's why the people in the state don't like him.
Does anybody know what John Gruden is doing?
Opening boxes.
Open
Yeah.
boxes?
He just got one from the University of Michigan, man.
With
You
the
know,
contract on it.
That would be funny if they send him a box with a piece of paper.
With a
in it.
contract. No,
Hey,
you
with
wanna
a-
come
with
work
a
for us?
contract on top.
Just be like, you want to come work for us?
That would be
Oh
hilarious.
my gosh! Can you imagine Dave Portnoy? What it might happen if one of his guys got the
Fuck,
Michigan
uh,
job?
Yeah, oh, fuck that dude.
Now I know what you guys are thinking. This
Isn't
isn't
Portnoy a
really-
Michigan guy anyway? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. This is not really break-even sports talk, but to SEC troglodytes out there, everything else below them is FCS, so it kind of fits. So let's talk about Division II for a minute.
Yep.
Since Donna, you did see Newberry. I almost said Newgate, Newberry, and Ferris State.
Yeah. Ferris State, those guys are a beast. I mean, Newberry made a lot of mistakes. We talked about this morning on
yeah.
on Breakfast Takes. 5 interceptions by Reed Sharpie. He was 30 of 48 for 348 yards, but those 5 interceptions just did Newberry in. Well, that's part of what did Newberry in, because those 5 interceptions led to 28 points off turnovers for Ferris State. This was the telling tale of that game that I told Ed this morning. So 348 yards passing for the quarterback for Newberry. They had they only had 18 rushing attempts. Newberry did. The Ferris State ran the ball 55 times for 368 yards, and passing, they were only 8 of 14 passing, but they had 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. The weather was a problem for both teams from the start. Ferris State, I mean, they're built for that. I mean, this was a smash mouth team going against an air attack team, and the air attack team couldn't do anything in that cold weather. They were slip sliding everywhere, but Ferris was just they're a tough get. Now I don't know anything about Harding or Kutztown. I didn't see any of that game. Don't know how they compare.
I'll cover that when we get
But
there.
we've got two 15-0 teams going up against each other. I mean, the 4:00 window on Saturday is going to be crazy with this game and the Montana State game.
So not only do we have two undefeated teams going against each other, we also have the two last champions up against each other.
Yeah.
Ferris State won it last year, Harding 2 years ago. Basically, I will say this with Harding. Harding is basically what I thought Georgia Tech was going to be this year. A massive triple option team. They scored 7 rushing touchdowns against Kutztown. Kutztown actually outgained them by 20 yards with their passing attack because we only Harding only had 20 yards passing versus 245 to Kutztown, but rushing, Harding had 389 yards on 47 attempts.
Wow.
Is Paul Johnson coaching at Harding and I didn't know it?
I had to double check and make sure if it was, and it was not Paul Johnson. I don't know, maybe if it's his son. I don't know if it's a disciple off of that, but that is to say that it is a well-oiled machine is probably an understatement.
Yikes.
An honest question: is Harding named after Warren G. Harding, the former president?
I'm going to look that one up. That's a very good question. I do not know the answer to that.
I mean, I really don't mean that as a joke. I mean it as an honest question because that's just the name I think of whenever I hear Harding.
It is not named after Warren G. Harding. It is named after James A. Harding.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Definitely Ferris State versus Harding. Really, you probably couldn't ask for a better matchup. Really, if Kutztown made it too, I think that would be fine too. But this was the matchup I wanted to see.
I cannot wait for Ferris State. I don't know why I'm such a fan of this team, but man,
the logo.
Yeah.
Those uniforms were solid too.
I was going to say that's why I'm a fan of Ferris State.
Man, that red helmet with the dog on it and the black helmet,
the black jersey with the yellow and red stripe.
Oh
man, the number. Yeah. I mean, that everything about that uniform was fantastic. I'll give them that.
Don't ever change, Ferris State. Don't ever change.
Yeah. And honestly, what put them on my radar, and I know this is not the reason it should be because I didn't know about them before this year, but Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. Like I didn't know a whole lot about Ferris State before him. And then I started looking into them and I'm like, ooh, I've been missing out.
I'll say this, and we talked about it this morning on the show for Breakfast Steaks. The last couple of plays of the game for Ferris State and Newberry, that was wild. I don't know if you guys seen that. Specifically one play where the quarterback was already like 2-3 steps in already in the touchdown, scored a touchdown, and he got walloped by 2 of the Newberry players. Like that was unnecessary. And then then they started a fight. It was like, ejections. I'm like, dude, I get it. I understand. Like, I'm not saying I don't understand, right? Like, I mean, tempers were flying pretty high. Newberry was getting their asses handed to them. And I think it was more of a, let's get our shot in, because we're going to lose and we're going to go home anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. It got a little ugly there. So.
And then let me see what time that game is.
It's at 4.
It's at 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it on I'm on the NCAA site. I didn't
Yeah,
see
they're going to be on at 4:00 on ESPN2, and the Montana State is 4:00 on ABC. So be back and forth between. Be
wait a
double
minute.
screening that one.
Does that mean that? Okay, so yeah, that hopefully that'll be double screened, and then we've got 6:30. I kind of find funny that the West Coast game is earlier than the Villanova game.
I was going to say, and what channel is the Villanova Illinois State game on? Are they
That
ABC?
is on ESPN2.
Mm-hmm.
So one gets ABC and one gets ESPN2. Is it because it's Montana State? Is that
I
why?
think it's because it's Montana State. I think it's just the rivalry.
The rivalry.
Yeah.
But see, I would if I'm doing this, I would have been flip-flopping these two games. I would have put the Montana State to the prime time.
Absolutely.
The rivalry and all of that, right? Like, I mean, it's going to be a really good game. Like you said, Virgil, de facto championship right here.
Look at the bright side, Virgil. UC Davis doesn't have either slot.
Exactly. Because, like I said, if UC Davis was going to be, like I said, if they won that game, we may have had a legitimate crash out, especially after last week.
Well, one of the channels might have to do a blackout due to one team not showing up.
Right. Okay, let's talk about Division III for a minute. We are now in the semifinals for Division III. We've got Johns Hopkins against Wisconsin River Falls, and John Carroll still in there, but they've got a juggernaut against North Central College. So John Carroll's already beat Mount Union, but the question is, can they beat what's probably the perennial favorite in North Central?
That's going to be interesting.
Why not?
College against John Carroll. Why not, dude?
I mean, yeah, at this point, why not? Now, I do not have lines for this yet, but when I'll probably find those later and let you guys know. But yeah, John Carroll, like I said, John Carroll has the best win so far, beating Mount Union.
John Carroll is not either. Like, they've only got one loss, and then you're going against the North Central College, which is undefeated. Granted, yes, they're, but that's going to be a really good game. Yeah. I'm actually excited to see that one, that game right there. I'm pulling for John Carroll, obviously. So,
did you hear that Susquehanna had to go to the hospital because of the hurting Johns Hopkins put on them?
Whew. I mean, 40-10 was brutal. I think that was the worst game out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Like, you play good the whole season, and then just to get your ass handed to you in the quarterfinals.
Well, I mean, I think, to be fair, Susquehanna was in the first round games.
Yep.
So, like, they went on a really good run, beating the top seed in Newport.
Yeah.
And then beating Eastern, shutting out Eastern, actually. So to make it where they did, I think they just ran out of steam.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Berry College, by the way. I mean, I know they lost to John Carroll, but they gave a good account of themselves despite the 5 interceptions. I mean, John Carroll was great on defense, but I mean, they lost by 8. So
that's a good game.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I expected John Carroll to win. But I mean, John Carroll was dominant defensively, but shout out to Berry College for making it to the quarterfinals. I didn't expect that for sure. I don't know a lot about their football program, admittedly, but just representing the state of Georgia really well.
And just so you know, did you guys mention this? And I don't know if I remember or not, but the Ferris State Harding University, that's in McKinney, Texas.
I didn't say where it was, but we did talk about that game at least.
Both colleges are in Texas?
No, Ferris State is in Michigan.
Harding's in Arkansas, so they will definitely have a group
there.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
Is that something where do they always do neutral sites for the championship game, I guess?
Yeah,
usually every year. Is it the same place every year, or do they move it?
That I don't know.
No, I think they move it, but yeah, no, they
not that it matters. Not that it matters, but I was just
actually, you know what? I think last year was in McKinney, Texas, as well. If I'm not mistaken. So
I didn't know if they had like a consistent spot for the game. But either way, I love that we're getting into Division II and Division III. That's fun.
Well, There's one more thing we need to talk about. We need to look at the NAIA real quick because they have a championship game coming up too with Grandview out of Iowa against Kaiser out of Florida. This is happening.
Kaiser Slautern?
Not Kaiser Slautern. That's something different.
Okay.
I'm probably saying it wrong. It's either Kaiser or Kaiser out of Florida. Number 1 versus number 2. This is a Grand Valley, I believe, Grandview, but I believe won NAIA last year. So it looks like they're going to try to do that again. Let me verify that. I'm looking forward to this game too, but usually, I don't know. I've seen Grandview before. That's a scary team.
Well, that's in Texas too, huh?
Mm-hmm. And once again, we actually have. See, I didn't even realize this. Once again, we have a matchup where the winner of this year goes up against the winner of last year. So we have that in Division 2 and now in NAIA. Will we pick this game? Probably not, but still.
We should just
Yeah.
just
And isn't
mess
this
there.
and
Just
this is the
to piss
second
Eric
consecutive
off.
year? Yeah, it's the second consecutive year that they've met in the championship as well.
Yes. This is a rematch from last year where Grandview won 35-7.
So does that mean? And again, I don't know this. Does that mean that Kaiser is now this is their 3rd consecutive trip to the NAIA championship?
4th, actually.
4th? Okay.
Yeah, they've lost it in 2022 against Northwestern in Iowa. They beat Northwestern Iowa in 2023, lost the Grandview in 2024, and now they're playing them again in 2025.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Well, hope Kaiser doesn't get on a roll. Sorry, that was too easy.
And I've got
Hold on, Donnie, just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute. 1 minute.
He's looking for the boo
I found the boo.
sound.
There we go. Okay. Now you can continue. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna say I don't know if you believe in like coincidences or things like this, but I looked at McKinney Stadium because I was curious what it is. It looks like a stadium that serves 3 high schools in McKinney, Texas, but Harding is playing in this game, and the stadium is located on Hardin Boulevard. Dun dun dun.
Well, I mean, you may as well go ahead and just crown them at that point.
So it's funny you say that because last year that was Division 2, the championship right there was in McKinney, right? It was Ferris State and Valdosta.
Okay.
Valdosta.
Yeah, those were the teams at Ferris State winning it, obviously.
Is that that stadium in McKinney, Texas? Is that one that they've always shown off? It's basically like a palace for Texas high school football, like
Pretty much.
like the ISDs.
Yeah, that looks like a college stadium.
Yeah, well, like like they talked about Buford. I feel like the first time I saw like one of those really impressive high school football stadiums, it was the McKinney one, because it's better than a lot of college stadiums.
Well, I mean, it says it seats 12,000, so it's not that big. But
For a high school stadium, that's pretty big.
for a high school stadium, that's definitely big. It's just
And if you look at what Ferris State normally puts, like gathers for a game, it's not 12,000.
no, you're right. No, it looks like it's a nice stadium from the pictures and everything for sure.
So,
And I don't know that because I know anything about Ferris State. It's just when I was watching the Ole Miss game, they were talking about what Trinidad used to play in front of, which was about 4,000 people.
look at that thing.
Yeah,
That's it's nice.
I was
It's
gonna say,
very nice.
McKinney ISD, Independent
Yeah.
School District.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. I think it's no wonder they're putting Division 2 and Division 3 right there. Like, look at this.
Well,
that thing is massive.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Buford High School starts hosting stuff like this, because it's some of these high school stadiums, it's like a palace.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, in Texas, high school football is like massive.
One last thing to talk about, at least for me. Usually when upsets happen and major upsets happen in other sports, I feel like we do need to mention that. Shout out to Texas A&M women's volleyball beating
Yes.
Nebraska.
Absolutely.
That's huge for them.
Absolutely. So I saw that and I was like, whoa, I need to make a note about that.
Sorry,
because
sorry, Terry. Howdy.
Yes, it is one of the top high school stadiums in Texas. Not the only one like it though. So
No, yeah. I mean, it's just one of the ones, Terry. When I was talking about that, it was one of those online articles that you see talking about. I can't believe this is a high school stadium.
I think
So-
it's crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, and that's not to pick on Texas. I mean, there are, I'm sure there's schools in Florida and Georgia that are they're all doing it. I mean, it's
True.
as there's new boosters and everything else. I mean, we're starting to see the
Well-
business of college football like roll its way down to high
Seriously.
school football. I mean,
Well,
to the
we
extent
just
that it
talked
can.
about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? About a month or two ago, where in Ohio, NIL is now acceptable. You can do NIL deals with high school players. That's where we're at right now. This is
Yeah.
the business in which we're in now.
Well, and it's something, and I won't speak for you or Donnie on this, but I get about sick of these videos with these announcement videos that people are doing. Like, I'm blessed to, like, good for you, but it's like, I'm blessed to receive
dude,
this
shut
from
up.
this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like you haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, good for you. You did well in high school. Guess what? This is not the NFL. There's a whole lot of people that enjoy success in high school.
Yep.
Then now it's like, I'm blessed to have spent 1 year at this school, and now I'm going into the transfer portal. I'm like, I don't really care at this point.
Right.
And
And
these
I've
new
done that with
re-signing,
Yeah.
these
like-
re-signing announcements are re-signing with our school. Like,
Well,
Oh.
example, the Norris Sellers
yeah,
at South Carolina. I know he's not on anymore because and Phil probably doesn't care either. But like, it's like, I don't care if he agreed to terms to come back. Like, I'm used to I'm still used to when you signed, that's where you play.
right.
But that's not what we have anymore. Now I
Just
feel
get
like
off
it's a
my
baseball.
lawn.
Now I feel like it's a professional transaction. It's like you agreed to terms on a 1 year deal.
Yep.
Can we just say
Okay.
that?
I can't say anything because I was excited when Ollie Gordon did the announcement that he was coming back for another year. So, I mean,
Well, I was more excited that your quarterback entered the transfer portal.
I'll be curious where he's going.
You know where he's going? He's going to a community college somewhere where they're starting a brand new football team. He's terrible.
There's Monday Patrick coming out.
I said he's terrible.
That's Monday
And
Patrick.
I'm not going to say anything about who it might be next because Eric's already cursed that.
Oh no, he's completely ruined that. Like I
He's
expect it
ruined
not to happen
He's
now.
ruined it.
But we'll talk about that on Monday for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is all I have for college talk. I say congratulations to Texas A&M women's for beating Nebraska. Congratulations to Washington for winning the Division I men's soccer championship. Anything else you guys would like to talk about? Is there any hockey to talk about? Any NBA to talk about? Thunder still good.
Thunder actually in their mid-season championship, they're actually out of it. They lost to San Antonio.
Yeah.
The NBA Cup.
The
Ugh.
cup, right?
Is everyone doing that right now?
I don't understand why there's so much hate on this thing.
I don't hate it. I just don't
No.
understand it.
Well, it's they're trying to mimic.
I got called out already, man.
Oh man, that didn't last long.
I know, right?
I think they're trying to mimic some of these in-season other like cups, it's like soccer. To be honest with it. So yeah, it's called the Emirates NBA Cup. So
Yeah.
they're.
I feel like
Come
I'm
on,
watching. I feel like I'm watching the Premier League.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, but these still count. Do these count as regular season?
Yeah, they're regular season games. They're
That's what doesn't
scheduled.
make sense to
Yeah.
me.
But I feel like I'm watching the Golden State Warriors that I grew up watching.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually-
I'm not
actually, they're
sure
better.
how.
They're better
the-
than the ones I actually.
I don't know how the format fits with their regular season scheduling, but it's somehow it's put together so that the schedule leads up to the point where if you win, you get matched up in these games together along the way.
Yeah.
and it's then they end up in Vegas. So again, I don't know the
Yeah.
details of that. I should look it up more.
Yeah. But perfect example last night with the Warriors. They lost to I feel like I'm back in the Nelly ball era with Don Nelson. They lost 136 to 131. That is not a Nelly ball score, i.e., Nelly ball is basketball with all scoring, zero defense.
Are we seeing the decline of Golden State?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about decline, but certainly a
Setback.
fall back to normal almost. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, Steph Curry is still a great player, but he's injury
Yeah, but he
prone.
can't do anything.
can't- Well, he's injury prone at this point, and he can't do it by himself.
Yeah,
You've
and I
got guys
would-
that you got some of the young guys like that Draymond Green has regressed, to where
Draymond
not
Green
even-
has regressed the last couple of years. Let's be
Well,
honest. He's been
he
more of a
has.
hindrance than anything else.
Well, the thing is, when you could put up with all his antics when he was being useful with
Correct.
with leading the team, but now he's not even doing that, and his antics are tired at this point.
Correct.
But Jimmy Butler he usually has as I said this when they got him, he has like a 6 month to a 1 year good window
Yeah.
with the team, and then he's on the older side too. So he's still a solid player. He's not a superstar anymore.
hmm
A lot of their role players think that Jonathan Kuminga, thinks he's better than he actually is, and he might. And
Oh,
I think
God,
it's a
yeah.
mixture. I think it's a mixture of that and the way that I think the Warriors have treated him poorly too. So, but Podziemski, I mean, they kind of go into business for themselves, so the team aspect is not there like it used to be.
Yeah.
You don't have those veteran guys that know their roles. Everyone wants to be the star when it's not Steph Curry. So I don't know. I think that Steve Kerr, he can stay as long as he wants. I think he'll probably be through with it in the next couple of years.
You think? Yeah.
I do, but I mean, I'm still a Warriors fan no matter what. I mean, no one believes me when I say I was a Warriors fan in their terrible days. I can take you through the teams. It was brutal to watch.
I was a Cavs fan before LeBron. After LeBron.
Yeah, I was a Warriors fan for probably 10 years before they ever got Steph. So
Yeah.
man, I remember the O'Donnell Foyle days and the Monte Ellis days. I mean, it's I can take you to some of those. Eric Dampier, when those were your star players.
I was a fan doing Fat God, what's his name from he was with the his 20,000 kids. He was with Seattle.
Shawn Kemp.
Sean Kemp. I was fan doing
Oh.
Sean Kemp era, Terrell
Shawn
Brandon
Kemp.
era. You know what I mean?
Shoot, no, but you had Price.
Yeah, but we didn't have anything else around him.
Listen, Price was an NBA Jam cheat code.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man, I love playing with Price.
Did Dan Marley ever play in Cleveland, or was it only Phoenix?
No, I think he was Phoenix.
Yeah, well, I said, who am I thinking? No, it was Doherty. It was Doherty.
Brad Doherty.
Brad Doherty, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Doherty, and it was Doherty and Price in Cleveland. I was like, they had a couple of those white shooters.
With Zydrunas Ilgauskas and
Oh man, I remember Ilgauskas.
yeah.
Man,
We had some really bad teams, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you this: that Sean Kemp era logo might be my favorite Cavs logo.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though.
Blue.
Yeah. So here's the problem. The Cavs were good during the Michael Jordan era. The problem is they ran into Michael Jordan.
Got it.
And Michael Jordan owned them for their whole time.
Fair enough.
And they should have won at least one or two championship, but it was Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Well, think of all the great teams during that time that
should have won. They couldn't
could have
because
won,
of
they
Michael
didn't.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Agreed. And the Cavs were one of them. Cavs were actually pretty damn good during the in the 80s. It's just again, there's
I feel like you run into, if it wasn't the Bulls you ran into, it was the Pistons.
Dude, oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus, the Pistons were on a totally different level. They were just they used to abuse the hell out of you. So I was those were some very physical years for NBA. So
Okay, so I need to circle back to college for a minute because I'm going to ask you guys this. Celebration Bowl. Would you put that on this show as an FCS game or on the main show as a college bowl game?
Both.
Yeah, I could say
I
both.
think it applies to both. I think
Okay.
there's interest for the lower division of the schools.
Eric won't give a shit.
He won't care, but
Because I
think
completely blocked this game out
Yeah.
because I was the only person to pick Prairie View, and I was feeling pretty good.
Ooh, yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah, you were feeling yourself early on, weren't you?
first off, phrase that a little bit better.
No. You were feeling yourself. Like, oh yeah, look at me. I picked Prairie View.
No, I don't get cocky with my picks like that, like some people do. To me, it was just more.
I like how you say cocky. I like that.
I did not even realize I just did that. Wow.
Come on, really?
No, I'm
I
serious.
thought that was a perfect comeback. You should have just
No.
ran with it and
I
let it.
should have let that one go.
You
No,
should let it go.
I legit was thinking that South Carolina State was going to be more, was going to control that game more, and Prairie View winning the way they did. Prairie View being in the way they was. I was not expecting to be up 21-0. But I knew when Prairie View had the chance for the kicker, he was going to miss that kick because he already missed one earlier from close range. And then I don't know if you guys saw the game. I know at least one of you guys did since we talked about it. That call on overtime. That's probably one of the worst calls I've seen.
As long as they looked at that, I do not know how they didn't overturn that.
I still do not know how.
Was Anthony Taylor on like a football referee for this?
That's the only logical thing that makes sense.
At least, I mean, I know I'm a Chelsea supporter, but like, I was wondering if he made the switch over to American football and didn't realize it. I think I told you guys that in the chat.
Can I just do a quick aside real quick?
Please do.
I'm not watching the game, but I can tell by Donnie's reactions that the Steelers must have just scored.
What gave it away?
They're up
Go ahead.
28-3 right now. I
Just
went
the-
into this game behind by less than a point. And right now I'm only ahead by barely a point.
Okay, but like this doesn't.
I was going to say that this is a 2-week affair, by the way. This is not a single week.
Yeah,
This
this
still-
playoffs is a 2-week affair, homie.
Yeah, I was going to
Still.
say this is like the Champions League over 2 legs.
I don't
Do
care.
away points count more?
You can be whichever one you want, but I mean, number one, you're still in the lead. Number two, I mean, it's a fantastic game right now. I mean, it's a fantastic
We're
matchup.
definitely going to have some good conversations tomorrow regarding the
And-
NFL.
yeah.
My God.
And I think the four best teams that should have been in it are in it, honestly. Like as far as like the teams that got hot at the right time. I mean, there's four, your game's better than the other one, but
Let's not just I didn't want to derail his conversation. I just was like over here looking down.
yeah,
And I'm
and
like,
Virgil, I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Well, I basically interrupted myself because I saw Donnie looking.
Eric, he pulled
I'm holding on to a 0.28 lead right now.
Well,
like Donnie, you look like you just saw somebody kick a puppy. Like, my gosh.
Well, I mean, every time I look up, Aaron Rodgers is throwing a freaking touchdown pass like 30 yards or something stupid.
But you have to understand who they're playing. They're playing Miami, the most they're just so inconsistent.
They're the most
Yeah,
functional team I could think of.
and Virgil, my
God,
theory
yeah.
is that if you see Donnie making a face, it's because of his fantasy football game. If Ed's making a face, it's because Aaron Rodgers is having levels of success.
Oh, I'm not paying attention to the game.
But you know who's probably making faces right now is Prophet, because Achan only has 9 points in fantasy football. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a text. I got about 20 texts yesterday over how terrible his teams were. So,
Well, it's Eric.
but I mean,
You know what's hilarious, by the way? You know what's extremely hilarious? That his brother on Facebook is hilarious with the whole Notre Dame thing, dying. He's making fun of Notre Dame and all this stuff. And then I'm like, well, you better be careful. Eric is like, well, Eric has no sense of humor. I was like, oh my God.
well,
Joe will call it out in a heartbeat.
Joe is hilarious, man.
Yep.
Eric's bench probably outdid some of his starters, and that he's going to he's going to be ruining that because it.
Well, we overthink this. That's as fans, we overthink.
Well,
Oh, definitely.
fantasy
Well, I
football.
said it's fantasy, right? I mean, like
Well-
we've talked about this how many weeks? It's like
Yeah,
you can think you've got the greatest lineup, and if you listen to the experts, they'll tell you to play someone, and then that person gets like 2 points, and then the person they told you not to play at all gets
The-
35.
exactly.
Like
So both Eric and I, Eric in this league and me in my other league, neither one of us played Mike Evans because he's coming back first game back after all this
Yeah.
layoff, and dude went off. I mean,
I
he's
would have
got
done the same
19
thing.
points
Yeah,
on
I would've
Eric
done the
sitting
same
on the
thing.
bench. Exactly, and it's
And
just like you
God
don't
would have
think,
same.
oh, I'm gonna play him because he's gonna have a big game first game back.
Yeah.
You don't think that at all. It's like, let's see what he's gonna do first.
Well, and also like who saw Colby Parkinson? I mean, other than maybe Virgil since it's his team, but who saw Parkinson, going off for 2 TDs with Stafford?
Yeah.
And I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, you
It's
pick the
just-
best lineup you think you can. And it's really the same across all fantasy sports because
Mhm.
even those that are doing fantasy soccer or fantasy, EPL, I mean, you think that, and they have that thing where you you make someone your captain and it's double points. You think there's no way in the world that this is not going to be a good play. And then it's the guy that you didn't pick that you left on your bench. That's
Correct.
It's a hat trick or something like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
really?
It's just how it goes, dude.
So
It's
It is.
I say next year we should find a fantasy FCS.
oh,
good.
man.
Please tell me that's a thing.
I don't know if it's a thing or not. I hope it is.
At
Um,
the very least, we should do like some like pick'ems or some fantasy style pick'ems or something like that for FCS, like we do normally. But just I don't know, gives it a little bit. Pick a defensive player or pick a wide receiver that will go off or something. That'll be cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be good with a showcase. It would be the problem with that is that that's a lot of research and extensive.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's circle back to what I disrupted, which is the South Carolina State call there, because that's
Yeah.
where you were at. and
yeah, so I
messed it up.
saw that, and even in real time when it first happened, I thought, oh, he's out.
I thought, oh, he got the pylon, and then the first replay, like all replay for us. I mean, you guys can attest to this. As soon as we see the first replay on the sofa, we're like, oh, that's good or that's bad. I mean, instantly we know. And it's
Mhm.
like, why does it take them 30 minutes to figure this out? And they probably spent a good 10 minutes,
Well,
15 minutes reviewing this to come back and say it's upheld. I'm like, really?
Well, I heard the reason why it took a while is because the wire transfer from Orangeburg didn't come in.
Ah, got it. It took a minute for
I mean,
the Cayman Islands.
Saturday. These things take time.
Well, and
Well-
the thing is, they had an overhead view that you don't normally get because they were playing in an NFL stadium.
Yeah.
So you had a direct above the goal lines, look straight down view. I mean, granted, it was from the center that was out at the corner, but I mean, I could tell from that ball was outside the pylon, and I know the line extends, but I thought you had to get the ball inside the pylon. So I don't know.
It almost sounds like VAR.
As long as it's just a small portion, as long as
Yeah.
one little piece part goes.
I
across
think they
the-
were just basically saying they couldn't tell if a sliver, like a quarter inch of that football, was over that pylon or not, so they weren't going to change the call.
I was going to say, and I've seen this across all sports now because we're talking about this one, soccer and everything else. But like, does it bother you guys that the way that the only way you can overturn a call is if it's just like indisputable evidence?
Yeah.
I hate that standard across officiating now because it's almost like you're hampered if you really want to do it. You can't do it if you don't see X, Y, and Z. And I can't stand that. For me, the eye test, if you see it and you see that overhead view and you think it can be overturned, do it. Like
I'll say this. The best system right
hate
now
the
is VAR, though.
I still say
It's
I-
better than a lot of the stuff in the NFL. I mean, look at the NFL.
I still say if you've got the technology for pylon cameras, there's no reason why you don't have a camera on all angles of that pylon anywhere.
I hate what this technology has done. It's taken away the ability to officiate. To me, it's like,
Yes.
sorry. and I'm going to sound old when I say this, but I'm 40, so I get to sound old. Like it's sometimes with like when AI, like some people who think AI keeps like students from making decisions on their own anymore, or
Mhm.
like I'm gonna put it on social media terms, like people who don't look at a post anymore and they just ask Grok to tell them what it is, right? So I feel like officiating, now that they've got the technology, a lot of them don't even want to make a call anymore because they're like, oh, I've just got to look at the technology instead
I'll-
of just making a
Um,
decision.
I'm,
And I'm
I,
not anti AI. I'm not anti any of that. I'm just saying, but I feel like in
You
some
sound
cases,
like it.
If you
I'm gonna
excuse me,
I'm gonna
I
sound
use it,
old.
bro. I
I'm gonna
use it.
sound
Are
old.
you kidding me? I use it. But
Listen, I'm gonna sound old. What's Grok?
Grok is the X version
Twitter's-
of AI.
Okay.
It's like the AI. Am I right on that, Ed?
It's Twitter's version
it's
of
Twitter's version of
ChatGPT. Yeah,
Chat-
so yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
thought he
it's,
was the tight end for the Patriots when they won
That's
all
what
those
I thought.
titles.
Grunk.
Gronk. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
No,
Patrick,
that's the Fox NFL Sunday AI. That's
Gotcha.
what that is. That's
Patrick, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to ask ChatGPT how I should feel.
Okay, sounds good.
yeah.
Which, by the
But
way, if you ask,
That's why I
if you
feel
were,
like officiating is gone. I feel
If-
like they don't use their own instinct anymore. It's
you're
just
right.
like, yeah. I mean, that's just one person's view of that.
If you
The-
were to ask ChatGPT, all four of us were to ask the same question, okay, the same question. We're all in different zones, right? ChatGPT is going to give you a different answer on
I'll believe it.
each
Correct.
and every
Well,
single
it's
one of them.
also the prompt that you use to ask the
Correct.
question.
Correct.
But like you're right, even if you use the same prompt, it can give a different answer, and sometimes you have to correct it.
Yep.
I mean, you know,
Correct.
like I've used it for fantasy football, and they'll tell me that so and so's playing this team this week, and I'm like, actually, they're playing this one. Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You know, I just feel
Right.
like it's going to tell me that I'm right whenever I put in anything. It's like,
Yep.
I was surprised Prairie View didn't argue more that the call was upheld. That's the only thing they just accepted it. I know.
What can
they're
you do
not
at
like,
that point?
well, I know, but they
'Cause once the referee said it's a touchdown, then the call was upheld. Like I say, it's done. They're done. They don't have
Yeah.
any more
Yeah.
arguments. They can go back later on and say, all right, listen, guys, I think you guys missed it. Well, what's that going to solve? It's not going to solve anything.
And that call definitely deflated. I mean, from that, I can tell from that play, that was a broken play from Prairie View in the next play. They were deflated at that
Yeah.
point, and I
Yeah.
can't blame them.
yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. Did that payment from Orangeburg that you were talking about? Did you look at the origin of it? Did it come to Orangeburg via Lexington, or like how did that payment actually originate? Did it originate
It
from
said
Orangeburg?
OBLAL. It said OBLEX in the ACH code.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So
Okay. Okay.
something to think about there. Something to ponder. The one thing I will say, I was a little disappointed and I'm not blaming the fans for this. It's just kind of how bowls are, the attendance.
Oh,
It
yeah.
did not even reach top 10 HBCU attended games this year. And I know, I mean, it's in Atlanta, Prairie View from Texas. That's kind of a long haul.
Yeah, but still, South Carolina State.
Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed in that. I don't know if it's just the prices in that.
How about the LA Bowl?
I kind of forgot about that.
That was
You should look at their attendance.
I mean,
that was bad.
I think I saw one picture and I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
What for the LA Bowl?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who was even in that?
That was
Washington and
Boise
Boise
State.
State.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize that was even. Is
Yeah.
it bad that I didn't even know that was played?
No, because I
Well,
think
that's why it was their last season as the LA Bowl.
Yeah.
Did Jed Fish even show up for that? Because he hasn't even showing up for regular Huskies games.
well, his team did.
Well, Gronk was there.
He was that. Well, that's because he was with
He's
with,
hosting it.
Bucked Up.
Yeah, he's hosting it.
With Bucked Up, yeah.
Yep.
So there's one more thing I want to talk about real quick, and I forgot this story. I had this story prepared because it came across my feed. I have another coward watch to do. There was a women's basketball game between Pacific and Nevada that got called a no contest because of a power outage.
Are you kidding me?
No,
What?
and Nevada was up 70-67 at the time.
What?
So the question is, who's the real coward here?
So what were the two teams?
Nevada and Pacific.
And
And
who was hosting?
Nevada was hosting. Okay, so let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull up the story.
Did UC Davis's AD recently become the AD at Nevada?
I don't know. It gets worse actually. Reading this, it happened on Saturday. It ended abruptly with 55 seconds left in overtime when the arena lost power. The game was officially ruled an interrupted game with no winner. All statistics were voided. So
why don't you just finish it on?
I'm
I'm sure they're going to play each other again.
Or
So
you wait till they get the power back on. I mean,
yeah. So the question is, who are the cowards here? Is it Nevada trying to conserve a lead and trying to end it there? Or is it Pacific knowing they were going to lose? And so they had somebody cut the power.
Wow, now we're talking conspiracy and I love it.
yeah, I don't know. It was at
It was at Nevada. It was at Reno.
At Reno. Okay.
I like this conspiracy theory. I am a
So,
fan.
will I start a new coward watch with the Pacific women's basketball team? Probably not. That seems a little too mean-spirited.
But let me ask this: who's the one to determine to postpone the game?
Official.
Would they be cowardesses?
I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's might be a little too much.
So, Virgil, I blame Rocco DeLuca.
How did Rocco DeLuca even come up in this conversation?
Because Patrick said it.
Because it's Patrick.
Because Rocco DeLuca is, you know this.
And you're the only one that probably knows that. If you don't know
No.
it, then Patrick's the only one that knows it.
No. He's UC Davis's athletic director, and he somehow through different channels made this happen.
You looked up his name, didn't you?
I sure did.
Patrick, I'm going to give you props for looking up the name of the UC Davis athletic director. That is dedication for this show.
I mean, in an indirect way, in a roundabout way, he caused this because like he has precedent for this. So I think he got on a flight from Davis, whatever airport he used, maybe a private jet. I don't know. Donnie maybe gave it to him. I don't know. He went to Nevada's campus.
Davis, the Reno's not that far.
Biggest little city.
I mean, these kind of things irritate me. It's like, how do you not have generators? How do you not wait this out? Is it a situation with the power in the area that's going to take half a day to fix? I mean, you postpone it till a later date, and you pick it up where you left off. And if you determine at a later date that there's no way to do it, okay, figure it out then. You don't just do it right away and be like, okay, we're just wiping this game out now. Like, no.
Donnie, Nevada needs you to be their Motel 6. You'll leave the light on for them.
I mean, is there not an intramural gym somewhere you could go play the last 55 seconds? I mean,
I would love for someone to like leave the facility, go set up in a brand new facility to play 55 seconds. That would
at that point,
outstanding.
Dude.
At that point, to get the coaches together and say, "Look, there's no other option. We're calling this a game. It ends. It ends as it ends. It ends where it is."
Ed, go do a vlog of like them taking it down at the other facility. Go on the road, however far that has to go. Watch them set it up, and then watch the last 55 seconds.
No, dude, you don't even have to go that far, bro. Set up some cars outside, turn the lights on, get out in some outdoor, basketball
Hoosier style.
Yeah, man, let's go. I ain't got time for this bullshit.
Man.
I mean, it's got to be one of those things. You just hold that one in the back pocket and see if you need to even finish it before you decide that we're not going to.
I just saw the DK Metcalf touchdown. He basically threw that grown man like away. Like, holy crap. So yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just call that a final at that point, but I kind of see why they didn't. But yeah, a no contest can't be the answer. That's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. That's just that's disappointing. Anyways,
And because of that, now I'm going to have to follow a new team. And now I have the moral high ground. Do I want to call them cowards or not? I don't know if I should or not.
well, here's the thing:
So-
do you?
Well, that could be the "Are they cowards or are they not?"
Yeah.
segment.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we all know UC Davis were absolute cowards.
Definitely
yeah.
cowards.
No, there's no
Yeah.
question about that.
So who
Well,
do you
that,
blame for
that
it,
game
Boogie?
right there got them their playoff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Playoff.
Playoffs?
They
That
just-
got him. That got him in a top 8 seed.
Listen, my Colts are
like
back, okay? Playoffs, I just want to win a game.
If Mercer doesn't lose that game, if that game's played, Mercer wins. They're a higher seed. They avoid South Dakota, and who knows? We could be talking about Mercer against Illinois State.
It did
Yeah.
affect things.
Exactly.
So Virgil, who do you blame for what happened with that Nevada situation? Or have you made a determination?
I have not made a determination. I have my finest sleuths on this case right now.
Because my other suspect, in addition to Rocco, is Doug Gottlieb.
Why would Doug Gottlieb care about a women's
Because he's
game?
Doug Gottlieb.
He's trying to get you off of the Gottlieb watch onto something else.
Oh, smart. That
No,
would be
don't do
something
that.
he would do.
That means you're on his radar. We're on his radar.
Yep. He feels like he's being watched.
I mean, he is a
Well-
fellow podcaster, so
Well, sadly, I think calling him a podcaster would probably slap him. They may as well just slap him in the face while you're at it.
yeah.
Sadly, there will be no
I
Gottlieb
would.
tomorrow because that game will be on Wednesday. So he will survive the Wrath of Gottlieb watch tomorrow.
That
Mm.
podcast.
Well,
he did it on purpose, man. I'm telling you.
is there anything else you guys would like to talk about?
I think we
We
covered a
covered-
lot tonight.
We did cover a lot more than I thought we were going to.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us. We will all be on tomorrow for DAC Sports Show on Tuesday. And man, we've got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of basically it's maybe an NFL centric show.
Oh yeah.
With all
Don't
the
we
stuff.
always talk about we have a lot to talk about on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
No, there's sometimes we don't really talk about anything.
We just go straight onto some nonsense, which I'm also okay with.
Yeah, which will happen when we start doing tournaments again. So we'll look forward to that.
Can't wait
All
for
right.
that.
Well, take it easy, guys, and we will see you
Yep.
tomorrow.